Hey, welcome to another episode of Politics and Wellness. I am your host, Captivating Christian, and you guys, of course, are my co-hosts. Just let me know if you can hear me. Just thumbs it up if you can hear me in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Um, hey, what's going on, House of X? What's going on? Nice to see you. All right. So, of course, this is my favorite time of the week. It's Tuesday. So, hopefully, you have your drink ready and you're ready to delve into some of this political foolala and mess that's going on in these, in the news, as well as what's going on YouTube and wherever else. And excuse my face because, of course, I'm breaking out. It's the time of the year. Don't worry, it'll get back right. But we have so much to get into. And, I don't like being on here long, so we're going to try and make it as swift as possible. Brother Nate, just let me know when you're ready. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for popping in. Definitely appreciate you. So I'll let Brother Nate up, and you guys, of course, are the co-host as well. So please, definitely participate, add your 2 cents. It'd be greatly appreciated, and we can get this ball rolling. Hey, Melissa Scott, how are you? Vibrant, how are you? What's up, Chef? How you doing? Fine as wine. You need to give me the recipe on those jams. I'm not playing. I need that. Anyway, Brother Nate, what's going on? How are you?
I'm fine, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. How was your
it was nice and quiet.
It was not that quiet.
Mine was quiet because
it was not quiet.
I refuse to deal with the foolishness.
Hey, no nonsense. How are you, love? How you doing? I get you. I totally understand that. Yeah.
And how was yours?
It was entertaining. It was quite entertaining.
Was it?
It was. I was entertained by a lot of the mess that was going on, and then some of the things that people were upset about. I found that to be quite entertaining. I can't do it like him, so I'm not even going to attempt to try. But Stump Down's opening when he does his like to me, that is like pure comedy. Nobody can do it like him. And I don't agree with everything because, of course, as we all don't agree on everything, but it's like certain things are just pure comedy compared to other stuff that I've heard people say on, in this area of YouTube. I don't like saying sector, but in this area of YouTube, the other stuff I've heard people say, him coming on before he comes on, go, It's nothing in comparison, but it is so funny to me. And it's even funnier that people find it to be so a thing. Like, oh, it's so grotesque, or it's so this, or it's so that. Really? Compared to the stuff that I've heard people say?
Oh, I was going to say, you heard some stuff, and we've seen a lot of stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Dusty balls and cootie cats and other things, and you're concerned about somebody going,
Yeah. Yes, we have definitely seen our fair share of dusty asses.
You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, come on, that's ridiculous. Y'all reaching. Because if you're concerned about that, you could have been concerned about everything else. But apparently you wasn't. So
very true. Very true.
It's just full of hypocrisy. But anyway, let's get into some updates real quick that I know you sent me one, and I was like, ooh, yeah. Of course, we can talk about the update that everybody's talking about. But first, let me just do my little update section. I didn't create it for no reason. All right, so let's do some update news. Update. January 6th. Now, all of a sudden, it comes out that a lot of the politicians have backed a lot of this protest, and they were, like, hey, let's do the damn thing. Don't worry about it. We got this covered, that covered, XYZ. All these back and forth messages between not only members of Congress, but also allegedly top people in the White House were actually sending messages to the top
we knew
leaders of this protest. Right. Exactly. That's why I'm like making his face like not surprised. Who didn't know that? But of course, they always act like, oh, no.
Oh,
this
surprised.
is ridiculous. This is new breaking news. Who the hell did not know that they were all communicating with one another? Hey, if we lose this, this is the next step.
And paying for the buses.
Paying for the buses, some of the airfare.
Mm-hmm. Hotel stays too.
Hotel stays, all of that. So, of course, the White House doesn't want the information to get out because, you follow the lead and it will lead all the way up to Pennsylvania Avenue and some top politicians. But, of course, that's too much like right to expose it all at once. And I find that to be a bit ridiculous. I'm really over it. I'm over the people. I feel like at this point, if you're going to do it, just do it. All this kind of drip, and oh, look at this, and oh, there's some new information. We've already known people that have been watching, or that even have some common sense and can put two and two together. Know that there's been a lot of behind the scenes bullcrap going on with this January 6th, and it was a whole setup of we're going to minimize the police presence. We're going to minimize, all these things that in the other protests, they have been straight on. We're sending the military. We're getting the tanks. We're doing all of this for peaceful protests. Mm-hmm. But here we have this coming, and no, we're not going to do no tanks. We're barely going to have police presence. And as a matter of fact, we're going to have some of the police officers down the street at my rally policing, and then as they're walking down the street to the Capitol, oh, there's nothing. There's nothing. They still down the street doing whatever. Come on, like it's just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous and stupid to me. I'm really like not surprised. Also, in updated news, Kyle Rittenhouse. Although you just sent me this, so I did not read it, so I'm gonna skim it as we're talking. But I can only imagine that they want something. Either of course they're pushing for the trial is coming, so they're
quibbling over how they can identify the victims. Yeah, saying that they can't call them victims, that they can call them rioters and looters.
Yeah, but do they deserve? But however you label them, did they deserve to die by the hand of a civilian?
But were they rioting or looting at the time that they were shot?
But what does that matter if you're not not even because you're a law enforcement officer, but a law enforcement officer, male, female, whatever, that's your job to protect and serve and do all that. So if someone is looting or robbing, it would be the person who's in, who is the law enforcement officer to do so. So for a regular citizen to take it upon his or herself to feel like they are doing the job for the officers, you would still think, well, okay, you still committing a crime.
Mm-hmm. And they're victims. So they should be described. They should be described as such.
Right.
And that's what they're quibbling over. Plus there's some other things that they didn't go into detail. It's actually just the judge, the way that the judge, he sounds like one of those clear people. So
yeah, of course. And of course they want to be sympathetic to the fact that this 18-year-old thug is a white young man. And they want to ruin the rest of his life. But again, it matters not what the rest of our lives may look like as young teenagers who may find themselves in situations where they've done, stupid things or things out of maybe necessity or something. And instantly you throw the book at them and there's no look back. There's no nothing. It is what it is. So why then we are having this kind of let's think about it. Let's digress on the treatment and towards him. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, I mean, the judge definitely looks like he is.
Oh, he is.
a
He
Trump
has
supporter.
he has a reputation, so, and it precedes him.
Right. I just read that too. Yeah. So with this, again, I'm not surprised on what
and I believe it starts next week.
It does. I just saw that too. So it starts next week. I'm looking to see what they come up with as far as trying to make him out to be this vigilante patriot of the United States, and how much he was actually being an upstanding citizen by killing two people. A lot of people would say that they were being upstanding citizens, either defending themselves or their family after someone was gunned down or anything like that. So then why would they still be behind bars for murders that they committed? But of course, if you ain't white, sometimes you ain't right. So I don't know what else to say about that. But yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. I don't even know what to say about that. I can't even. So in other news, the ex-Minneapolis police officer who was sentenced to 57 months in prison. Was this the one that I read about hold on.
That's the officer that shot the
white woman.
White woman.
Yeah,
that was
accident.
before. Yeah, that was before the Floyd incident.
Right.
Yeah,
that was before the George Floyd.
He was retried.
He was sent directly to jail. Well, they had no choice. They had no choice because it would clearly show that there's bias even in that, because he went straight to jail. As soon as he did it, he was in jail.
Yeah, he didn't get to go home and pack his clothes.
He didn't get to go home and pack his clothes.
And plot how he's going to keep all his money.
Pension,
and how his wife,
how his wife was going to divorce him and take all the money and
hold it for him until he comes out.
Right. Or a family member was going to put it all in their account or any of that.
So I believe he was reduced down to 57 months.
57 months. Yeah. So they
because he was looking at 12 years.
Months. He had already spent some of it.
Yeah.
He'd been in there for at least 2-3 years.
Look, you didn't even see his face. That was the first time.
It was first time I fully seen his face.
Yeah.
Fully, yeah. That's I
mean, good evening, everybody's coming into the chat.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Didn't mean to ignore you guys. You know me, I'm just looking at stuff. Yeah, I just find that to be a bit much. Like, again, we know this system is corrupt and it is full of biases rather, and we need to stop acting like it don't exist. And at the same time,
it does.
But and at the same time, ourselves, our people, we need to stop being disillusioned by things and people and things and the actions that people do just because we love and support them or want the best for them. I think that we need to kind of step out of that and see things for what they were. I was just watching something before we popped on here, and they were talking about R. Kelly and he wanting, a retrial or whatever, and how everybody's saying, oh, it was such a setup. And I'm just like, it can't be a setup if he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see you being set up if you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But you clearly did it. You clearly did it. So there's no setup. That's like, somebody saying you talking about, well, I'm on a diet.
No, it's only a setup because I can't play his music no more, right?
Right. And somebody puts a whole plate of fried food in front of you. You have the option to go, you know what? I'm on this diet. I'm not going to touch it. So, whether they set you up or not, you fell for it. So, I mean,
well, at least I can go to McDonald's now. I don't have to be afraid.
You know what? At least the kids can go out of their high school and not be,
Yeah, and McDonald's, I had to worry about getting peed on.
You know what?
I hope he drank water. He was
Probably not.
probably
Probably
drinking
not.
malt liquor.
Dark liquor, dark stuff. P was
It
just
burns. It burns.
That's gonna be my new song. It burns.
It burns. Mm-hmm.
He probably wrote "Let It Burn." Anyway, he probably did. You'd be surprised. So let's talk about real quick. As Dave Chappelle would have called her in his Chappelle show, I think it was season 2, Conolingus Rice.
Oh,
Or no, that
Lord.
was season 1,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
Conolingus
conolingus.
Rice.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Mhm. Did you actually see that whole exchange?
I did. I did.
And I ran it back and watched it again, and I was like, "Oh,
what in the
wow!"
whitewash?
But you know what?
Yeah, but
like I sent you that message. You know, coonery
Right.
doesn't crack.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Coonery does not crack, and the simple fact that we must show empathy or sympathy for somebody else's feelings to actual history, when in fact today, now, even as we speak, we're still treated the same way. Mm-hmm. So then I don't understand. So we got to be considerate about how someone else would feel about a theory. Let's be clear that it's taught on the graduate level. We're not even talking about something that is taught in schools. They've ran with this thing like, oh, it's going to be taught in schools, and made white children feel bad about being white.
Ask a parent, when was the last time your kid brought home some homework from history class
that had anything to
do with CRT?
Right.
Never. They don't even know what it is.
Have no idea.
That's the funny shit.
No,
you're having a stroke over something that you have no idea.
Well, the theory is that it will promote
anything bad. Anything bad.
Anything for them, it's anything that will promote pride in oneself. Anything that they think will promote pride in Black people,
them feel bad,
and make them feel bad,
which is
about
pretty much just
history.
The truth.
Right.
You tell the truth the way that it is.
That's it. What is the sugarcoating of, even when they talk about slavery? Some slaves were treated mighty fine. How?
They were singing songs while I was picking cotton. That's where rap came from. Didn't you know that?
You know what? Making not only the United States, but the southern states and the masters or landowners millions of dollars. Millions upon millions of dollars. And we talking about millions of dollars.
Their family still reaps the benefits.
So, I mean, it's just ridiculous how we, I get it to the point where, you have to come on and kind of make them feel okay about themselves. But we're doing too much. And as educated as that woman is, and yeah, of course, she's very
That's what made it even, well, first of all, made it even worse.
Right.
Because she was trying to explain, and it's like, no, Kundalisa, no.
Conolingus Rice. Like, no, it was just ridiculous. It was like, really, really. I can see you disagreeing with some of the points, maybe. Again, on a scholarly level, but to really break it down to the point where you didn't feel that, white children should be made to feel bad about being white. Honey, be very clear. If some of these people have not utilized the privilege and handout that they've gotten for many, many years, I don't have no sympathy for them. So they could feel bad if they want to.
They just squandered
it. You just gonna feel bad if you crack open a history book and it's not glittered with, oh, Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence along with these, like there's some huge history superheroes, instead of these landowner cracking whips on human bodies, as well as raping women, having children by them, and then sending them here and there and separating tons of families. If we ain't gonna talk about that, then what are we talking about? Again, always to make one race of people look better than the others. But of
Mhm.
course, that's mayonnaise for you. It's salty, Chalice.
But if we did learn anything else, we learned that all skin folk ain't kin folk.
right.
And,
Well, I mean,
there will always be some that
they will
will
they will,
ride for the man all the way.
right. There will always be somebody telling on the people who are organizing in the group. Massa, let me tell you what they doing over here.
Snitch, bitch.
Right.
Snitch.
Snitch bitches. That's what you call them. But you got to be careful.
That's that Condoleezza. She's a bitch. She's a snitching bitch. You know,
you gotta be. Huh?
But did you see her walk across the stage? I thought she was like 100 years old, shuffling across the stage.
Yeah, well, she is old.
No, she's like 60 something. She's just in her 60s. I was like, damn, what you got? Bad feet? Corn? I mean, I was looking at her. She was kind of hunched over. I was like, well, damn. I said, well, she looks good for, a woman maybe, pushing 80 or something. But there was like, and I looked at her. I was like, oh, no, she looks younger than that. And she's like just in her 60s, maybe 70. But it was crazy. She was shuffling and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but,
she looked a little bad.
But coonery never dies. It never grows old. And you must be aware that, your people,
right.
to get as close as they can to the whiteness, they will sell out.
Right.
And constantly continue to help them push and suppress their own people and oppress their own people.
Very true. So speaking of coonery, this Texas man who threatened Congress compared himself to Martin Luther King at the sentencing. Troy Anthony Mox, age 58 of Dallas, received the longest sentence so far in connection with the January 6th riots.
And his dumb ass he should be in jail. The only motherfucker didn't show up to the rally and got arrested, and got sentenced.
But that's
stupid. Stupid.
How you?
Because he probably got on Facebook and probably bragging about it.
Yeah, but even still, you see it still. How do you don't even go there? You did nothing.
What they should do is they should see how many of his patriot and homeboys, Boogaloo boys, and all the rest
gonna bail him out.
Go to bail him out and stand out there and protest his freedom.
Right.
And you know what they're gonna say? You know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, "Nigga, do your time." That's what they're gonna say.
They're gonna say, "Wait for
nigga,
it.
do your time." You take one. You take one for the boys.
I just thought that was so like, if that's not a slap in the face, like you're not one of them.
But he deserved that. He deserved it.
That's crazy. But he's serving more time than people that's actually done shit.
That physically walked into the building.
Right.
He'll probably do more time than them congressmen once they figure out what the hell to do with him.
So he'll definitely do more time than them. Because they don't. I've heard and read also, and I think it's some validity to it, that the Democrats don't want to necessarily press the issue with jailing.
You have to make an
Republican Congress people because they think that they're going to be next. That they're going to be next.
You have to make an example.
Republicans gain power, so they're scared.
If I was in charge,
I would jail them. I would jail them.
They'd go to jail and they'd go on trial. And you know what? And there may be even some firing squad.
Yeah,
I have no problem with that.
Not firing squad.
Yes, firings. I sure would hit them right up, shoot them with blank guns, right? But
don't do that.
No, I want mine real.
That's not.
But in all seriousness, if you did this in another country,
right? Oh yeah.
They'd kill your whole fucking family. You'd be gone. Your family be fleeing. I'm serious. We want to show how we show, and you did that in the Soviet Union. Your ass would have disappeared
quick
up there in the Arctic.
Quick. Or you'd be sitting up there drinking coffee at your local coffee shop and it's laced with poison. You'd be flat out.
Yeah. They'll poison you with Drano.
So crazy. Also, you did send me this article about a Black C, capital C, big C, patient who received fewer medical care and follow-ups the studies has shown, but of course we talked about a little bit about that last week as well, that there is evidence that racism has a whole gambit of facets that have been used even in medical practices with not receiving the proper care or
no follow-up care.
Always no follow-up care. Always say, oh, it's not progressing. Don't worry about it, because necessarily they felt possibly you didn't have the money for the other treatments until it got too worse. Then it's oh well, it's been spread. This is how long you have, whoop-de-woo, and go on about a business. So I just felt like this was just ridiculous. Like, I just can't. Auntie Donna, thank you for the share. Appreciate it. In some wellness, there has been a rise in suicides among Black youth. And I thought that was a pretty interesting read. Many things, of course, home dynamics. There's been a rise in that, of course.
Yeah, especially with the pandemic, everybody being home and you don't know what their situation is.
Right, correct. And also dealing with sexuality in the home and a lot of people being displaced due to that and many other factors. So my thought in that is just that we need to really pay attention to our youth and
talk to them.
Talk to them.
Just
Most
listen.
Definitely.
Just listen. Just listen to them.
Right. And I know sometimes we may, know what's better, but sometimes people just want to,
you just want
to
vent.
listen. Yeah.
Just
you
listen.
don't need
That's
to be the
want.
parent all the time. Sometimes you have to know how to kind of be the parent,
take a step back,
also be the listener and just listen, because that's important. It's the driving force into getting that trust and connection with your child, that they can come to you about anything and feel comfortable coming to you when they necessarily may not feel their greatest.
Because sometimes they don't want you to solve the problem for them. They just want to be able to talk it out.
Right. And then too, as a parent, sometimes you just have to kind of get into yourself and know that you've done your job. You've taught your child well enough that they can handle situations on their own, and just see. It's like when you're helping your child on when they're riding their bike and training wheels, and you're running with them or walking with them, and you let them go to see how they do. It's the same kind of concept. We can't always be there to kind of ride along with and make sure they do everything the way you want them to do it. You kind of got to let them go and see how they do.
Stop living through your child.
Right. That too.
Stop living through your child. You had your turn. Don't do that shit to them.
Right.
You had your turn. If you fucked it up, that's because you fucked it up.
I was about to say the same thing. Like, if
you
fucked it up, that's on you.
Are we good?
Yes.
All right.
We're good. That's fine.
Right.
I already put it up there, and for purposes, just in case, because you know how they like to do. Let's just do this one more time. You see that? Yeah, great.
Okay.
Great. All right.
Okay.
So, moving right along from that, the Huey Newton statue, I think, was awesome. I think there needs to be a lot more focus on these heroes. They always play the Black Panther Party to be somewhat of a vigilante kind of anti-American kind of party, but truth be told, a lot of these social programs that we use today have come from the Black Panther Party, like the free lunch program, like WIC, like all those other early pregnancy kind of government assistance programs have come from the Black Panther Party and their social raising in the community and keeping the community safe type things. So I think that's awesome. I think, again, we need to start telling the truth about history, his story, and many others, and not, always making it look like, oh, these people were, bad for fighting for their people's rights, making sure that police killings that were on the rise, just as they are now, were putting a stop to it, because people were showing up like, is there a problem, officer? Fully armed and ready to go toe-to-toe with the police if they had to. And then, of course, the NRA, the gun association start changing the rules once they started to see that a lot of black people were getting licenses and able to basically stand their ground with law enforcement.
Black guns matter.
That's all I'm saying. Then they had to go and change the rules. So note that when it starts looking good to where we utilize the laws for ourselves and protect ourselves, then they go and change the rules. But when their own children die in mass shootings, they don't care nothing about that. Ain't that funny?
Yeah.
Wow. Funny.
And the remember the Floyd statue that was
vandalized.
They did catch the person that did it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Because they were talking about they didn't know who did it. And I'm just like, I'm sure you don't.
They had pictures of it.
I'm sure you don't. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure you don't know who it was.
All you had to do was post a picture up on Twitter. You know, they doxed his ass.
Right now, if you want to talk about some doxers, please, Black Twitter will cancel a mofo in a minute.
These are things that we can use. You know, these are weapons that we can use, and we need to learn how to use
them.
These are skills. These are marketable skills, and we need to learn how to utilize them.
Right. And people, always talk about cancel culture, but sometimes cancel culture.
I have no problem with it.
I have none
whatsoever.
I've
been doing it before it was even called anything. I just don't fuck with you anymore. Like that's plain and simple.
Right.
Now they just give it a name. You know what? These goddamn what is it? Millennials now? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Call something different every time.
Yeah. Every couple of years is something different. Let's see. We talked about that one. It wasn't really much to talk about. I think there was the suicide we just talked about. Yeah, it was relatively quiet. So now we can get into a little bit of the
a justified dox. Yes, it was.
Right.
And if we use these skills for the betterment and the good, not for a whole bunch of foolishness.
Right.
Then that's fine.
Because then you would be able to stop it, because the problem is these people are able to then continue their lives. So if we're stopping jobs from employment, because then we're looking at it like, you employ this person, so you believe what this person believes, right? And get that company to go, nope, that's not our policy. We don't do it, and terminate. I don't care where they go. You ain't gonna work there. And if we find out where you're working next, you're not gonna work there either. And you got to put pressure on, just the same way we should be doing these congressmen, the same way we should be doing our local officials. We should not be, I was shout out to Conscious. I was listening to his live. And
what was that 8-hour one?
Oh, God.
What was going on over there?
Some of it. I don't know. I woke up to it. So I can imagine while I was asleep, they were going.
Yeah, I said, okay, well, I'll start from the beginning and I'll listen to while I'm getting myself together. And I was like, 8 hours? Was this a marathon?
A marathon, right. I was like, where's Jerry Lewis? Where's the...
I don't know. He has some opinionated people over there, right? Yeah, they get to talk, and I was like, because he told me come up there. I was like, no, I ain't coming up there, because I'll never get a word in.
Yeah, he kept dropping the link, and I know he was dropping it for me, and I was just like, I'm not touching it, it. Keep texting me, talking about something. Hey, I'm not doing that, because for one, I agree. Everybody should have
there. Stop hating. Yeah, we hating on you.
Ain't nobody hating on you.
No, we hating on you. 8 hours? Was you awake? Or you go take a nap?
He was taking naps
in between.
Taking naps in between while they was talking.
Woo!
Because that was just a lot. But and I don't mind people having a difference of opinion. But I will say I do have an issue over facts over your thoughts.
Yeah, keep it short. Keep it short. When you have more than say 4 people, keep it short. Allow other people to talk. I mean, there was one person. Every time he mentioned something, there was a story coming behind it. I was like, God damn! Like, here we go. You blanked out. Story. No, you went to sleep. You was probably snoring.
You
muted your
sleep,
mic.
Right? Exactly. You was asleep. Conscious, stop lying. You was asleep. Don't even do it. I do one of your moves right now, like you do all the time. but you was asleep. But anyway, other than that, it was nice. I just with the Republican conservative quote unquote talking points, I was over it. But hey, that's what gets the audience because they needed, they need to show, hey, look, we got people like this on this side. So I get it. I see where you're going, but it's nothing but dog whistles to me. And I just feel like if you're not actually knowing what's going on and really following the statistics and the real numbers, not what you're making up, not what, Chicago's a hotbed of crime and criminal. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's the same thing with that white couple that they've been talking about for weeks with the girl missing, and then the fiance goes to visit his parents before he kills himself, so he don't get charged with her murder. It's the same thing, but it's not looked at like that. It's looked at like, oh, look, we're looking for this poor white woman, and now we have suspicions that her fiance might have killed her, and then all of a sudden he ends up dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
It monopolizes the news everywhere.
Right. So then that's all you're talking about. Right.
I got tired of hearing it.
Everything else is going on, and that's all that we're talking about. So, yeah, I mean, everybody was passionate about their views, but I mean, a lot of it was just like,
no, they made their point. There was one woman, she made her point like several times, but she just kept on. It's like, and I could hear the other people wanting to chime in, and it's like, well, let them come on in. And she would go back and she would restart all over again.
Right. But I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it.
But you definitely have interesting conversation. Yeah.
But it's definitely interesting to hear other people's point of view. I just, it's as Conscious Lee would say, it's research over me search. So I just can't. I feel you on how you feel, but facts matter. The actual, it's data out there that proves your point otherwise. So if you're just going off of what the media is pushing out on both sides, then you're kind of losing it. Now, I'm not to say that a lot of these politicians aren't doing corrupt things, because they are on both sides. But
definitely,
the reality is, it's not that serious. Like, I know one point that I was really cringing my face at when it was like, oh, it's been Democratic presidents, and under Democratic presidents, they've been horrible, this, that, and the other. And this is like, first of all, we've had far more Republican presidents since Reagan than we've had, and that's just Reagan, because there were more.
And may he rot in hell.
Right.
Because they paint him to be a savior of all mankind.
I mean, damn near Jesus. Well, white Jesus, rather.
Yeah.
But it was just like, come on. I really don't get where y'all getting this from. I really don't get where you're getting this from. Because if you really did your research, you would know that we've had more Republican presidents than Democratic presidents, and Republican lawmakers in both houses more than Democratic lawmakers in both houses, leading the charge to all of this. So all of that you're seeing now in your communities, and all that you're seeing in politics, has already been festered with majority of the conservative ideology. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people did come in kind of turn up the volume to a totally different vernacular, but yeah, the reality is, it is what it is. Okay.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay, what's going on? Lynn T. What do you say?
You're working late at the sweatshop, are you?
Lord,
because Christmas is coming.
Right, got to get these prayer cloths. I mean, nut cloths. I mean, whatever cloths out. Nut cloths. That things is crazy. But anyway, moving right along from that, it's been quite busy. Like I said earlier when I was talking about people having an issue with Stomp Down's opening.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that that's a little preposterous. Now, again, I'm not saying I agree with everything, but I think it's really dumb to people to sit there and be upset with it. I can't do it like he did. It's hilarious. I'll be mad when I miss it. I'll be like, "Ooh, can you just go back?" Sometimes he'll do it. I'll be like, "Did I miss the opening?" And he'll go, "This is just for you." And I'll be cracking up. I'll be dying. What'd you say? All into thank you. I miss you too. Oh, we miss you too. Well, you can always interact. Nobody said you can't come up. You're always welcome. But yeah.
Have a partial reunion.
Who gonna be in charge? No, we can always do a
holiday special.
A holiday
that'll be fun.
Right.
Day special. That'll be fun.
Maybe we'll do like a.
It will definitely be interesting.
It would. Where are you now? Just months.
Yeah.
Just months ago. Where are you now? Yes, I don't know. There's been some drama erupting, and I don't know where this is gonna go. Just watching and kind of staying clear. One thing I did want to say though, I did notice that while I was listening, that some people have been blocking other, like content creators have been blocking people from seeing people in other people's chat that they just don't agree with. And I just feel like it's a bit immature. I was about to say premature, but yeah, that too. But because people are adults. Like, it's one thing if the person is like all in the chat clowning you or whatever. That okay, I get. But if somebody is really just speaking and saying hello and not commenting on the actual person who's saying whatever they're saying, like, leave the people alone. They're grown to be able to do what they want and go where they please. Like, you cannot kind of think you have the authority to make people go where you can say they can go. If they're not your moderators, and even if I would think that even if they are your moderators, you trust them to a degree, and if they don't have your trust, then why the hell are they modding for you? Mm-hmm. Right. If you got to watch
be more
them,
selective.
Exactly. Be more careful, like the book. If you have to feel like you have to watch them on all this other kind of stuff, I think that's ridiculous. Again, we're all grown. We can agree to disagree.
Could have fooled me with all of this dumbness. I ain't never seen such stupid shit since high school. I don't even remember seeing that in high school.
I was about to say.
I don't remember seeing no anal clefts, no dried up puss, and no limp dicks. No. I don't remember seeing all that.
I've never seen them in my high school. I can't say that I have. But I don't know. I really don't get people. Like I try to kind of.
Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to figure it out.
I do, because I analyze everything. So I try to figure out what it is. But the things that I find that people get really unnerved by, and the stuff that they let fly, it boggles my mind. Like, it really does. It really, really does. But I thought that was crazy. Other than that, I see people are getting involved in whatever people might have done with their loans or money. And I thought that was funny too, because then I was like, well, when people were saying that your mortgage or your stuff was owned by this person or that person or a church or whatever,
or the church,
he was very unnerved, very upset, very felt some type of way. But it's funny how you can then turn it on somebody else. So I think, a lot of times, you may want to say something, or you may want to, because it's something to talk about, but realize when you were the topic to talk about, you didn't like it. You didn't enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, you may have played like it was okay, but you had an issue with it. So try to, mirror that for yourself.
I was waiting for somebody to come out and say, "Oh, he got another car." those prayer claws really been selling good.
Right. Either that or they've been working.
Laying of hands. But one thing it didn't do, it did not make you thinner. But anyway.
No, it surely didn't. Good God Almighty. Every time I think about that, it just be like, you don't have no room to talk about nobody's weight ever. Because you slim from here up. Here.
And what's this one with the shirtless? I did catch that.
Oh, when he was doing this with the taco meat? I don't know. I saw it on and shout out to Brian. He's funny. He's messy, but he's hilariously funny. He's very messy. And when he gets too messy, I'll just be in the clouds. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah,
I just be up in the clouds and I don't say anything, but I do watch. But he is hilariously funny to me. He's another one that is funny.
He was talking about like he just discovered breasts.
Doing the whoosh. No, he's done that before. One time when he had on his little choo-choo train outfit, he looked like he was about to, like he had a train set. He did. He had a train conductor hat. He had a train conductor hat and a little. Was it
Foreplay Friday?
I don't know what it was, but he was doing it. So it's whatever sells, I guess, or whatever kind of gets the clicks and the views.
What pays the car note and the mortgage.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. But to what degree, though? My thing is like, for what degree? Because it makes you look hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? Like you do this, and then the next minute you turn around and you say, and then you try to be serious. And then you try to be serious, and then people can't take you seriously because you've displayed yourself to be somewhat not credible. And I think that's a problem. It's a problem, especially when you're on here. If you're going to be messy and kind of participate in the mess. Yeah, that's right. It was a Cash App party. Thank you, Linty. It was a Cash App party. He was giving all the deep voice and looking in the, trying to get the woman all riled up. Because, a lot of times, they, but if he would have got up.
Was he going to say what he?
Oh, if he would have got up.
Oh, woo.
If he would have got up. Now, if you enter
that would have
pregnancy,
been like Lizzo in that.
Right.
In that
well, hey, now if you find pregnancy sexy, then maybe he could sell. He could do a little belly rubbing, put some oil on that belly and just rub it up and just get it going. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's good. But I'm just saying, like, people like that, you can't talk about. I mean, you could say a little bit about like a Brianna situation, but you can't talk too much about Brianna when you you on your way. You starting. You at the starting lineup. That's how it starts.
I mean, we all have picked up something since the R.
Yeah, but you ain't pick up a whole damn baby. You look pregnant.
No, that's why I thought he was like, oh, he got breasts now. Because when I got mine, I was like, oh, okay, these are kind of all right, but that was just too much. I'm like, God damn, that needs a cup.
But I just thought
that had to be like a C cup. That's a C cup.
I just couldn't see how he didn't forget to hit the button. Like, how do you not hit the button?
Yeah, because I was like, whoa.
Because people keep playing that. That's all the reason. That is on repeat.
That's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Between that and another shout out to Brian with his with Brianna in that outfit. That's another one too. That's hilarious. I'm sorry, it just is. It's funny.
No, I don't have a channel. I'm too afraid. It's too dangerous.
Not too dangerous.
Yes,
it's not. It's not. It's not. You just. I mean, I don't know. It is definitely not for everyone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it can be entertaining, even with the kind of back and forth, just as long as it's not like you don't have to involve other people in their situations and things of that nature. Like you could just keep it with them and just go back and forth, or you say something is all right. Like there's nothing wrong with that. I think it just goes too far when there's other people involved that have nothing to do with it. and
But you know what it
situations
is
they
too.
go through at each other.
I'm not a chit chatty person. I don't do little chit chat.
Right,
My
right.
my
Yeah,
com-
no, I
my,
get that.
com- my conversation has to be deep. It
Right,
has to make me think,
right,
and
right.
it's hard for me to do little chit chat stuff.
Hmm. No, I get that. I get that.
Mm.
I get that. Oh, not whatever buys KFC. Oh, mm-mm, mm-mm.
It's funny. The limit.
No, no. See, but that's the thing. It's not. But beefing, we have to like. I don't even say limit, but
There has
beefing
to be a
as an
boundary.
adult,
Yeah, there's a boundary.
there's a boundary. Like as a true adult that has things to lose, uh, you know, things that you consider, hey, this is on the internet forever,
Yeah.
things like that. So when you
Mhm.
think in that realm, it's not so far-fetched to just want it to be, okay, I crack a joke here and there, or we may go back and forth, but I'm not going to go too far because, hey, if I happen to move further in life or what have you, and
Because the
this
stuff will
gets
come back.
presented,
Somebody
it
will
will
dig
come
it up.
back to me. Right. Somebody will dig it up, and then I have to then explain this
Mhm.
in some form. So, hey, what's up, Beach? How are you? Explain this in some form, and then then you'll be sitting up there trying to do an apology tour, looking dumb.
Yeah.
So I think it's really silly.
Because even in the drug game, they have rules. Believe it or not, they have rules. Not until these young heads got out here until they really got simple with it. But you'd have like a no transactions or killing on Sundays. Old people were off limits. Children were off limits.
Yeah, I mean, even the Bloods in the Crip early on had certain like limitations.
And this is about as close as the drug game.
Right.
All these fools out here, because
that's crazy.
You
welcome.
showing up at people's doors and all the rest of the other stuff, and talking about their children and taking pictures of where they live.
I see you, sir. I see you. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so coming to the stage, of course, is none other than Conscious TV.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
Of course.
Hey, how you doing?
I just came up here to confront haters.
Who is hating?
Because some black folk was putting in that work on that 8-hour live. They even took over my shift. I was able to fall asleep, get up.
I know we know you did.
Did you cook breakfast?
I did.
No, I know you did.
Shrimp and grits and a whole. I even left the house at one point and came back. I was that safe.
See, you can tell some people have been using those conservative talking points so hard and getting paid from them because they have gained a lot of weight. They've been eating real nice.
You know what?
Real nice.
Yeah, kind of plump.
Kinda. I started needed to cut the neck. Put a little cut, a V-neck cut in there. Make it breathe because they was looking kind of tight around the neck area. I was like, God damn. But anyway, Conscious.
Speaking of cutting the neck,
to have you here.
So y'all really still be thinking that folk is gonna have limitations on like what about the old saying that you can't piss somebody off and then tell them how mad it be?
Mm-hmm.
No, you can't. But at the same time, as an adult, though, like there's a moral code kind of that you should have as an adult, right? So even if somebody does get you to a point where you're like, okay, there should be something inside of you that even checks yourself and go, hey, whoa.
Yeah, you should have that self-checking mechanism.
Like it should be on. If it's not on, then you're not there. And that's fine. But then you need to know you're not there.
You have a lot of old children that come on here. I mean, older people with childish minds.
I was just going to say, because what are we considering adult? By age or by consciousness? Because clearly we know that age ain't nothing but a number.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, we've seen that. That's been evident. But I'm just saying, in a utopian society, okay?
And the B sector is not.
Well, Well, now, there are glimmers sometimes of a bit of, okay. Because
Utopian
again,
was
I
the
don't.
thing.
Mhm.
Utopian was the dominant word in that sentence.
Shut up. So, like, I don't mind a little back and forth or whatever. I grew up that way. I mean, New York, we do that all the time. That's like, somebody says somebody's cracking a joke. You got to come back with it. You have to. You don't, you're going to get your feelings hurt. So that part I get. But this constant kind of like every little thing somebody does is like, come on, what? What are we talking about now? What now? What this person? What now? What is this person
But
doing
if
now?
the
What is this?
theme is it's like if
But
you look at
who made it that though? Nobody said this is the beef sector. Like nobody did that. Nobody did that. This is not confirmed.
The
This is not
residencies
YouTube.
themselves have taken on the label and the banter like Black Lives Matter, and they got their signs up, and this is the beef sector. It's so much the beef sector that when outsiders come in, you can really hear the hoorah! We are the beef sector. We're not letting you in. It's a neighborhood out here in these streets.
Right. I mean, yeah, that is true. They do make it seem to be like some kind of neighborhood. Like you done turned the corner and you like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
And that,
it's like watching
that could be a whole.
but expecting basketball. It's like if it's beef, it's the beef. It's like a Chicago
No,
neighborhood.
but like, but listen, it's again like what I was saying. If I'm watching, what's that? Bingo, whatever. The one with like a lot of the younger kids get on. If I'm watching that, that's what I expect. I expect all that, motherfucker, all that back and forth. I expect it. When I'm watching this and seeing a lot of people who are older who could be, dropping some, and not all the time, but occasionally things about, finances and kind of getting people who have bad credit on the right track. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people here who not here, but
You had it right.
But that helping people with legal issues, finding them wherever they need to go to do certain things of that nature, having law enforcement on to help people kind of understand different things. And it's like, I'm in the wrong hood, as Lynn just said, in the wrong hood. But why should it be that way? That's what I'm saying. Why should it be that way? Because
people are angry and repressed and traumatized and got a pain body,
but you ain't gonna never fix that doing this shit. This is not therapeutic.
Well, they definitely not gonna fix it as long as y'all are enjoying the content nonetheless. Yeah, regardless of how ratchet it is. They definitely ain't gonna get it as long as y'all have it as a point of attraction and willing to give it some verbal publicity.
But that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing too. That is part of it that makes it a situation where it is a problem because of the attention and especially the financial gain it gets. But even with the financial gain it gets, and I'm not even talking about the subscribers donating, I'm talking about YouTube itself participating in it to where they promote that kind of behavior. Yet something like this, it'd be like, yeah.
They don't really promote it. What really happens is that it's just like a small of a sector to the point that the content runs in the same circle. So everybody's able to catch the algorithm because it is kind of an isolated sector.
But they're still able to play play their commercials on it. So as long as they're playing the commercials, that's how they get their money. So then
it's free speech. I mean, you get to say and I mean, and then if there is an issue,
not all free. It's free if you talk about the bullshit. That's free.
But see, then you got an issue with YouTube because we know that YouTube only cares about the people that actually make it money. What those people make down there it don't even reach YouTube's
it don't
acknowledgement.
Like right. It's for real.
No hanging fruit.
Right. but it still gets, it still gets promoted in a way that I just find it to be a bit like, well, then what are we doing?
Okay, so what's the spirit behind the attraction to watching it though? Because it's easy to critique the players, but what about the viewers? What is it in the viewers that makes, like, what's in you that makes you want to crawl over there and just look like what?
Because it's like watching because it's like watching Ratchet TV. It's like watching Ratchet TV. But
you always enjoy somebody else's mess.
But even there's a level of watching Ratchet TV that even I'm like, all right, come on, like.
Wow, you still watch with your pop?
Come on, no.
Come on, why are you still?
No. At that point, I turn off. No, at that point, I turn off. Like,
yeah, but you turn it back on for the new episode to see what happened.
No, sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah,
because there's some people like I don't watch and I won't watch. Period.
Well, yeah, but that's more so for your personal.
No, just because. No, not really. Just because they don't really do it for me. Like, I'm not entertained, and if I'm not entertained, I'm not entertained. Just like some people may say the same thing about me, but I'm not here to kind of entertain you in a sense. I'd rather enlighten you and educate you first, and if you find me entertaining in that realm, then that's cool too. But some people are just here to quote unquote, this is just entertainment. This is just for entertainment. Okay, but if all you can do is that, then how entertaining are you?
Well, entertainment don't have to be multifaceted. I can entertain you by just spinning on my head all day. I can entertain you by just playing in my puss all day on cam. I can entertain you by just drinking that red cup to the back. Oh, even those sounds are branded. Like, what is that shit called? SMR? What?
I'm glad they don't try that over here.
Some of that is just right. Some of that is just excuses. Listen, some of that is just excuses for fat people to continue to be fat and eat fat shit. Okay, I really don't. Some of it, I'm just saying, because some of the motherfuckers, you be like, you don't need to be eating all that shit.
Well, I heard a really big, healthy person say, I didn't come for a long time. I came for a good time.
Okay.
So some people don't mind getting up out of here at 50 as long as that belly is well provided for.
Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. I just, and to those, I say, more power to you. Just make sure that you got that insurance policy paid up, because
Oh, probably don't. You know what? If they're doing that, they're probably not even worried about who's going to foot the bill to put them away.
Who's going to foot the bill for your double wide casket, or your casket with the bubble in the front?
You better go with cremation and hope somebody sprinkles you somewhere.
So the bubble in the front, so they could make sure they cover your pregnancy as they putting you down in the ground. Come on.
So if we were to cancel the beef sector, does that mean that all beef need to cease? Like,
no, but see, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there should always be kind of a level. Like, there should be certain things that you just don't cross. I mean, there's nothing wrong with beefing. It is what it is. Everybody's not gonna like everybody. Cool, got it. That happens.
Everybody don't have the same set of morals or ethics either.
Right, they don't. Mm-hmm. And that part, I understand. So at the same time, I'm saying that we should have a limit to something. I do understand that some people don't, and it is what it is. It's whatever. They don't care, and cool, that's fine. And I don't have an issue with that. But I just feel like sometimes it's just it's just too much. It's just a bit much. It's just a bit much. Like, I don't mind a person roasting somebody because they roast them and they felt like, okay, now cool, I'm coming back. But I'm talking about the point where people are taking, you're going the step further by digging up people's information and digging up this and digging up that. That have nothing to do with what you're talking about or who you're going after. You're just trying to, at this point, humiliate the person that has an issue with you. What are you doing?
It's called being messy.
No, that's more than messy. It's more than messy.
It's top tier, optimal, prime, cold press messiness.
Yeah, you're right, Lynn T.
But see, the interesting thing about Lynn T's statement: all sectors beef on YouTube. Though the mommy said, I've heard this. I've heard this for years, but the difference is there's a difference between having beef and being beef oriented. Like it's a sector because that's predominantly what happens in the mommy sector. Mommy content predominantly happens, and occasionally beef happens. In the church sector, church oriented content happens, and beef occasionally happens.
But even this beef happens. But there's sometimes where like beef is turned up. There's sometimes where it's just like light beef. Like, okay,
yeah,
this person said
lightning strikes, and sometimes it burns, baby.
Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah, okay.
I agree that obviously I think there also should be restraints, but
I just think as adults there should be some sort of like restraint.
But once again,
you should have some kind of moral kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
but for adults, but for actual adults, that is the case. That's the whole gag for adults.
But we are. But that's what I'm saying. We're making it. We're looking at apples and oranges here. The reality is just looking at as granted whatever kind of mental state or
no, it's not that's the only thing that defines adulthood truly is the mental, the state of consciousness. If you strip that away from it, you have nothing but an aging body. It literally has to do with the mental and the emotional and where that maturity is. We are nothing without it. We are just literally a aged body. If you don't include that, it has to be the meat and potatoes of the way that we assess people. And me and Nate already done said these are old babies.
Yeah, because you can just listen to just some of the shit that they say. It's just ridiculous.
I don't know. I just find it to be a bit much sometimes for me.
It is a bit much. Like people are,
right, but that's the thing. They don't have content, so then it's like, okay, so you. Like,
well, that is their content, beefing.
Right. Basketball players play basketball.
You know, that's it.
Bowlers bowl. Dancers dance. Beefers beef.
Mm-hmm.
I think it can be tragic and sad, yes. But it is what people want. It is like-minded people galvanizing together to do what like-minded people do.
Oh, badass babies.
Yeah,
I guess.
No, in diapers.
Yeah, some of them are. Truly.
Please don't show us that.
Oh, God. But yeah, I guess you're right, conscious. I mean, whatever.
Oh, I'm so used to that statement. Speaking of beef, salt and pepper over here in the middle. You just refuse to come up and give your well-respected, well-researched, educated perspective and opinion about things.
I'm scared of your people.
What? Scared of what?
I am scared of your people.
What?
You had, like I said, you have great topics, and I have a lot to say. I will come up. I will come up.
They need to see your face.
Leave Brother Nate alone.
And Cap too, because he be hating too.
First of all, I don't be hating. I just
how many times I put up on this platform?
First of all, you know me.
How many times I done put up on this platform?
There's only been a few.
Oh,
it's only been a few.
It has been less than a few for you in reverse.
It has not. It has not. It's been about the same. It has been about the same. Check the record. It has. It has. It has. Check the record. So anyway, yeah. I don't have an issue. I just, like I said, have an issue with sometimes things. Like I just don't really feel like going back and forth with you talking about something that is not actually factual compared to like facts. Just because you don't like.
That's the whole point of you talking back to them to correct the facts. That's why people hit the link to correct.
Yeah, but plus I still had stuff to do, so I could not indulge in your 8-hour thing. I could listen, but I couldn't really. I was preparing myself.
That was definitely a marathon.
That was a marathon.
Well, y'all know politics ain't my area, so when them folk got to talking about all that stuff, I let them do that.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of that stuff was just like, I don't need to hear another story. I really don't need to hear another story. And it was like every time you went to make a point,
y'all cannot handle people's personality. That's the way he is. He.
Well, I didn't know that. But see, I didn't know. Well, his history.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
What other history he gonna tell? He was
factual.
Some of the things didn't require. Some of the things weren't about facts. They was just about perspective and just what you believe about whatever.
The parts I listened to, it was stuff that.
Would y'all rather him be beefing?
Misinformation? No. I just rather not throw out misinformation. Like I get it. You're gonna have.
He's from a generation that was anti-iPad, anti-digital. So all of his notes in his mind.
You know what? Funny and no tea, no shade. Every time he was like, "Oh, time for me to go get another beer," I was like, "Is this what Rico gonna be like when he get older?" I said, "I hope not. I hope not. But no,
he's very coherent.
It was a good conversation.
It would have been better with you two men at some point jumping in, but
next time when it's not during hours that I'm clocked in, then sure. But we
had been on for 10 hours, so there was a whole lot of space and opportunity.
You wouldn't have known you were probably
asleep. You wouldn't know you was asleep. Knocked out.
Well, I had put on a whole shift. I had did 2 men and a lady, and then I came on, and I was only supposed to be on for like an hour and a half.
See, that's the funny part, because when you first come on, it's like, I'm just gonna be here for a short time. Then 8 hours later,
and then you drop the link, and then
hours later.
Nope.
Because dropping the link is the curse. Dropping the link is the curse.
And
then it became a Black Democrat, Black Republican debate, and welfare and food stamps and lesbianism and bulldoggerism and everything else just fell out of the bag. It was just
But the thing that gets me is some people come up there and that they know they're not going to change their mind. They're not even open to listen. That's what kills me. You're not even open to learn and listen.
Right. Which is the reason why I was like, I'm not, even if I had the time.
I'm not going to stand up here and argue with you to make you change your mind.
It's not fun because the actual spirit of debate is actually have two parties listening. And at the end of the day, you walk away with some sort of insight. Like
you have to be oriented as a debate. People just came up with their beliefs.
Well,
I think everything's a debate. You don't necessarily have to be like, "Oh, we're having a debate to have a."
But I want to be able to learn something, not just the fact that you're stuck in your ways and you're not open to anything.
That's
purely just regurgitating
Democratic and Republican Party. The whole Democratic and Republican Party is made up-minded people.
That part is true. That's why I believe in term limits and other things like that.
That's right.
So I mean that.
He believes in term limits. I believe in assassination. Just get them out. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. They're gonna take all this fart around and all the rest of that, trying to get somebody out. Just popping caps.
You know what? I'm not even going there.
We should do a reunion. Me, you, Rebel, Official.
He's doing his own thing, isn't he?
It's a reunion. It ain't a takeover. It's just a.
Let me shut up.
Did King Page come back up?
No, I don't think so. I think he's still using the lituation. So if you're looking for King Payne, go to his lituation channel. That's where he's at because his page got shot down.
Jeez, the price of beefing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the price of beefing when you know what, and I'll say this: the price of beefing when you make a whole damn saga series about somebody constantly going after them. What do you expect?
But that ain't even what got him deleted, is it? It was the saga.
Yeah, no, that wasn't. The one with Auntie Henry.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, she said she the one who did it, but then she recanted and said she didn't do it. I don't know who did it. But I'm just saying.
Channels go down, everybody always take
take responsibility. But my whole thing is, if you're like, it's one thing to, a few things, but it seems to be lately like that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a whole series about, this person, that person. It's like, and eventually somebody you giving them enough ammo to go, this person's harassing me, or this person is, you know what I'm saying? And how YouTube takes it or what they do with it, you have no control over that. So I just think,
because
was it toxic? Okay,
people not smart. People don't. It's a way to it's a way to do everything. People just
I just think that you're doing too much, and you're giving too much to the opposition to utilize against you and say,
but
this person's harassing me.
A lot of people sleep on that. It's because YouTube doesn't really reinforce a lot of things. So you see a lot of people get away with absolute murder on here. So you just end up getting kind of lazy and relaxing into the fuckery of it.
Until you get got. Until you get got.
Yeah.
And then they be like, "Gotcha, bitch."
And that's the hypocrisy of YouTube, is that they're so selective, which is why people have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in federal court to sue people out of basements and out of their rental, and all type of shenanigans have to take.
Speaking of basements, I did see somebody's live and they was fighting the spider, and I said, "Oh, you got nothing to be talking about people, and you doing lives in the dungeon." I said, "Ooh, that's dusty."
At least make sure you spray before you come on.
I mean, you want to look around and make sure that the spiders and the critters and the croaches is away. I just thought that was like, girl,
the roaches.
It wasn't a roach; it was a spider.
It might have been a combo. Like, was it a roach spider?
I mean, they was in the basement. Who knows what it was?
Tell them cousins when the company come, tell them it's the same thing. When I'm on live,
I'm on live. Go away.
But
I don't know. But I just think the serious things is a bit much. But here's a little bit of shady moment. I just thought it was me. I was like, I'm gonna speak to him about it when I see him. But I noticed he did his the same time the boys chat was going. I said, now it's one thing to do like,
hold on, wait, can I get who you text me? Tell me who you're talking about. Who you talking about?
The boys chat?
Who's the other? King Payne went on live?
Yes. The same time the boys chat was on. And I was just like,
it ain't no loyalty like that in these streets.
Yeah, but I mean, I figure if you,
it's like, how much are we supposed to accommodate each other as friends? Like, literally, I have to now not go on when
no. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying before, like, it wasn't like that before. I noticed, so I was just like, that's different. She said, "Text me too." Don't worry, I will.
King Payne is wide open. He on his Beyonce ish. He's on his I'm gonna be all things to all people stuff right now. I don't even think he is thinking that.
Yeah. I thought that, but I was just like, that was a little odd. Because it's one thing to just do it, and you do it with the same kind of like we did it. Like it was Thursday, and then his thing was whenever he was. So it's like you compete that way, not necessarily I'm competing with you back to like you're on right now. I'm gonna go on and compete with your time.
I mean, but the gag is that it really ain't no point in competing because everybody numbers gonna do what they gonna do. Like even if I don't want to watch you right now, I'm gonna come back and watch you after I watch someone else. So it's gonna do the same thing anyway. Right,
but that is true, especially if we're two different folks. But I mean, I don't know. I just feel like if it was a different thing, then it should have been a different kind of.
Sound like you're trying to find some tension.
No, I'm not trying to find nothing because I ain't looking for it. I just thought it would be a bit odd. I just thought it was a bit odd. That's all.
You trying to find some smoke?
Not at all. I don't even smoke.
It sounds like to me that you trying to ring a town.
It sound like to me you trying to start the bullshit. Please stop. Why
did you audition for the for Boys Chat? You would have been great on there.
No, I didn't audition for that. Well, I was already doing gentleman's panel, so no.
I'm talking about this. Ain't he brought it back? Ain't Armand had brought it back?
He brought it back with the same people.
Oh, okay. I ain't know whether he had opened up auditions. I haven't seen it.
No, there was no auditions open.
Nate, you should join a Boys Chat. You should join a panel.
I'll just laugh at that.
Nate like to be stuck up under one man.
Oh no, I visit people.
Right, that's all I'm saying. Exactly. They were all like best buddies before, and now they're
They
not.
still best buddy. What? What? Y'all literally be spinning. Y'all are these.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not spinning anything. I'm just saying it was a different. It was a different dynamic before. It
I
really
honestly
was.
don't believe that King Payne.
No, I'm not saying he. I'm not saying he did anything.
About who goes
Listen,
on at what
I'm not
time.
saying he. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying the dynamic was different. It was just
Well,
a different. Dynamic.
we don't even know if that was the dynamic. That could have just been by coincidence that it just
It could have
been away at that time.
Exactly. It could have. That's all I'm saying. There was.
I don't think that they're
okay,
keeping a
that's
schedule of each other. Like, oh, I mean, he might not even had no Armand was bringing the shit back when he was bringing it back. For all we know.
Right.
Oh my god.
So like this Brooklyn Bridge, it's fabulous. You gotta try. I have it. I can sell it to you for a small fee.
God.
Yeah.
Did you tell your people about your interview?
No.
Why?
Who's paying for that? Who's paying for that?
Huh?
Who's paying for that?
And that's what I meant to ask you too. How did it go?
Yes, how did it
went
go?
fine. It went fine.
What did y'all talk about?
You see, you so messy. So anyway,
no, it was gonna come out eventually, whether you were here or not. Because
because first and foremost, Sir King did ask me to interview, and I agreed because, of course, anybody.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait, did you say Sir Queen? Did you say, Sir Queen?
Sir King, whatever you call him, is your business. I just
hold on. Wait, I thought you interviewed with official King Payne.
No.
Oh, okay. No. That changes. Okay, continue. I'm gonna listen. Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know what the issue is there, but anyway,
ain't no issue. Just keep on driving the car, baby. Go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, it was nice. It really was. It's a series that he has going on with YouTubers and give his people in Avatar Nation an opportunity to ask questions to others. So I mean, it was cool. It was cool. It was nothing messy.
What type of stuff were you asked?
A lot of questions about the gentleman's panel and the dynamic of us all, and who's who.
Okay, so what does that mean? Who's who?
Like as far as who's the Beyonce of the group, who's Kelly of the group, who's the this one group, and you.
And how did you answer?
You already know that. I told you.
Yeah, but I know that, but I don't think your people know that.
I know. Shut up. So anyway, Conscious, of course, the Beyonce of the group. Who's not surprised about that? Who's not surprised? I mean, what color is the hair today? Is it still red? Let's talk about it.
Change her hair color like that. She's consistent with her blonde.
She is consistent with her blonde, but I mean, we're going with the whole kind of wanting to break the internet kind of thing. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, that and just other things. It was really cool. It was really nice.
Did it ask you if there was any type of romance on the panel or any type of?
That question was asked. And there's no kind of romance going on. It is what it is.
So you didn't really make it your choice to answer honestly, is what we're saying.
What? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I know you reaching.
Oh, I reaching?
Yes, you're reaching.
How far?
Too far.
What's too far?
Far enough. That's far.
Right, Tenari.
So yeah.
I live for a strong erection.
You know what? I'm not doing this, but yeah, basically that's really what the questions were.
Have you had any romantic ties to anybody on the internet? on YouTube at all?
Romantic?
Mm-hmm.
Or has anybody
sexual?
seen it? What are we asking?
Have you had any romantic and or
When you say romantic, please define.
we gotta let me pull up Webster's dictionary. Let's define.
I'll wait.
Yeah, Tanara, you better go claim your man.
Well, I am YouTube married to Just Jess and Tanari, and I know Just Jess might be somewhere swinging in the clouds or somewhere in the balcony. But yes.
A conducive to or characterized by the expression of love.
Oh wait, it says why does cat make romantic sounds? Why?
Right, like why he making something? It's a sin or some kind of transgression or
no, because people have different ramifications.
According to you, did you according to you?
No.
Okay, so what would you call your entanglements?
Entanglements?
Okay.
No, because I don't really consider them to be entanglements. Like if you ask, can I see it? And I go, sure, and I send it to you, I don't consider it to be an entanglement. You just happen to see it. What do you want me to call? Like, what is that?
If you have a desire for someone, what do you call that? If you have a desire and somebody else has a desire, what do you call that?
Something they will never know.
Do y'all see what the gentleman's panel had to put up with y'all?
What? I mean,
do y'all see what?
First of all, listen. Do not put me in the category of a junior, okay? Because it's not that way. I'm just saying that I just don't. For me, I know what it is. It's YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So at any moment, somebody could be like, "Oh, look what I got! I got these bitches. And so I try not to get, and I've already got not stung, but a little bit of the, okay, I've only talked to this one person about this situation, and then all of a sudden this mountain of a person's going to say, don't slip. I'm like, where you coming from with that? Where'd that come from? And then it dawned on me like, oh, okay. So,
but you've also been connected to other people who have not stung as well, who also have been shared with in confidence and have been afforded treasures of your life, who have not broke street code, who have not broke YouTube code, who would go to jail rather than be subpoenaed and have to testify before the court of public opinion. And I'm just gonna have to rally a little bit behind those persons because I know they exist for sure. I know they kind of do exist. Mm-hmm.
Well, if one day that bridge happens, then I'll cross it.
That bridge, I just haven't heard no credit gone to, or no, I haven't heard those people acknowledged yet. I haven't even heard those ambiguous folk hinted to as being out there. You just have only hinted to a bunch of trashy weirdos who just...
Have I hinted to anyone? I haven't hinted to anyone because there's nobody's business. Whose business is that?
No,
I haven't hinted to anyone. So I don't understand what you mean.
Let's back the choo-choo train up. Have you met anybody wonderful off the internet, off of YouTube?
What do you mean by that?
Okay, the opposite of what you just described. You just described being stung and dragged and ragged and toe tagged.
Well, no, never. Wait. Let's be very clear. Never dragged, because I just feel like even the people that tried, you didn't really do it.
Okay, so have you encountered the opposite of those people? To make things very simple.
Yet, no.
Really?
That I've met. You said that I've met. You said met.
That you? Okay, so do you want me to define met as well?
Yes, if you're gonna see, that's what I'm saying. Okay, but that's why I asked for clarity, because now we Now we reaching. Now we
You are
reaching.
not Alice. I don't know why every hole has to be a rabbit.
Every hole gonna be what I want it to be because it's not. But anyway,
so why it gotta be a rabbit hole?
What's gotta be a rabbit hole? I'm
now
just saying.
First of all,
because you just said
no,
oh really?
You started
so
off talking about the people you met.
No.
Started off talking about the people you met online. So that's the context. So met in that sense, people you met from the virtual streets.
Okay, so the virtual streets. No, I've met some cool people. I've met some cool people from the virtual streets.
Some non-stinging cool people from the virtual streets.
For the most part. Yes.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. What? I really don't like because it doesn't correlate. It just really doesn't correlate for me.
Mm-hmm. Is that
what? Because this at the end of the day, this is not. It's real, but it's not real. If that makes any sense.
Really?
No.
But yet you're arguing that the B sector should calm down, but it's not real.
No, but see, nobody said calm down. I just said it should be more of
calm
a.
Down. They should
take
it.
It should be more.
Down.
No, it should be more of a more. Okay, you gonna wait, or you gonna?
I mean, I kind of wasn't finished, but go ahead. It is your.
Okay, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It is your ship, Captain.
No,
go ahead,
finish.
It's your captain. It's your captain. It's your ship.
It's always my ship. Go ahead, finish.
You can dominate me if you so.
Go finish.
You can tie me up and gag me if you so fit.
Finish your point, sir.
I respect quality masculinity when my femininity is in the company of it.
Can you finish your point, please? Thank you.
Yes, I can take your order.
Thank you. Finish the point.
Now drop the link. Hey, Rebel, how you doing?
Hi, Rebel. Lord, see how we are galvanizing the Avengers?
I don't know.
Avengers unite.
I don't know how. Anyway, proceed with your point.
And Nate is going to be our new.
Oh, you're gonna be member. You're gonna be like the.
He's a new recruitant.
No, he's like the Samuel L. Jackson of the Avengers. He's the one that gets everybody together. Yeah, you don't think he's got the whole Samuel L. Jackson thing on. Exactly. You're fucking up. That's all
I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
What did I ask?
I don't know. I don't know.
About a hole and a rabbit and met, or I don't know what.
Then you said, "Is anybody that I've met virtually?" First, it was, "Is anybody that I've met?"
Mm-hmm. Even though we had established that we're talking about the internet.
No, we had established that later. That's why I asked for clarity.
And then we established it.
And then, you said internet-wise, and I said, "No, I've met some cool people. I've met some very cool people that we're cool. We good."
Okay. I think that's a shady assessment. But
how is that shady? How is that? Please, no. Please explain. How is that shady?
No.
How is that shady?
Not explain.
Why? Well, don't explain then. Okay. If you don't want to, don't explain.
Yes, it's not. It's your ship.
It's always my ship.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That never changes.
Right.
The waves might, but the ship.
Captain Christian.
It's always. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Conscious, you must have had a good nap today, didn't you?
Right. Somebody, please. Well rested.
Why I had to have a good nap?
Because you got time to dig.
Time.
Oh, you digging all.
I'm just asking questions.
I know you
I'm a
are.
little bit surprised by
He
some of these
enjoys this.
responses.
He enjoys this. This is what he does.
He does.
This is what he does.
I didn't know that you didn't take things on the internet or people from the internet so seriously that it's just YouTube and there's no real.
Here we go. Here we go. Nobody's saying that.
I'm just exploring the mind of Cap. I'm just asking questions, traveling through the terrain, window shopping, seeing what's on sale. That's all. I'm just pooching.
Okay, first of all, let's be very clear. Okay, let's be very clear, and as clear as I can possibly be. Yes, there are certain people and situations where I wholeheartedly take them seriously, love them down to death, and anything they need from me, if they was like, hey, blah, 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 I got it. But I also know what I'm dealing with as it pertains to this internet thing, that certain things and people and situations, you just have to be careful. That's all I'm saying when I say that. So don't take it as I'm saying, oh, I don't F with people, because that's far from the truth.
We know.
But like
I was trying to get you to the truth.
I'm always at the truth, honey. Like people. So for me, I carry myself a certain way. I am a certain way. So I will gravitate to that, or I'll feed it out. And once I feel like, okay, it's going to the left, or you kind of did something a little out of the way, then I'm good. You live your life and go your way, I'll go mine. That's all.
Okay. Hi, Rebel.
Hey,
Rebel.
What's up, guys?
Rebel.
What's up, Cap, Nate, Conscious?
Okay, you ain't nothing but a hater either, Rebel.
Wait, where did that come from?
Because you got hater number 1, hater number 2, hater number 3, and everybody can seem to click the link when it comes to Cap's channel, but everybody got
Lord
when it comes to hitting the link on my channel.
First of all, this ain't got nothing.
And yet my name can be mentioned and my content can be brought up and everybody can be in the bushes, but can't nobody hit the link and show an ex-women panelist love like I'm able to do out here on these streets.
You know what? First and foremost, I'm gonna stop you right there.
And then y'all gonna tell me that it ain't like that.
So you know what? Before we're gonna stop this right here. I always drop down in your chats, and you'd be a lie to say I don't. And if I do happen to be in the bushes listening, I do always text you and let you know I was listening. Great conversation. So don't even start. Now you can go. Thank you.
Oh, but no, because one of my hitters told me, you know, what was going on. I said, let me go see what my boy's talking about over here. That was it. You know, it ain't like that. I definitely, because I was telling Cap about coming on because I missed his nightcaps as well. But Conscious, I'll be in your bushes and catch your replays.
That's the problem. But
what's that?
Don't hit the link. But Nate can hit the link over here, and Rebel can hit the link over here, and Cap can hit the link over here.
Again, let me stop you. First of all, Nate is sent the link, so there's no hitting of the link. Secondly, when I am over there, if it's a conversation that you're already having, I'd rather sometimes just sit back and be a guest. I don't have to be up front and center and on your panel. No disrespect to you, but I enjoy what you're doing and I let you do what it is that you do. So, you know, now if sometimes you want me to come up, then that's fine. But please don't make it seem like people are ignoring your invitations. Thank you.
And do y'all see how rude? And do y'all see how rude and nasty he's being to me, putting me on mute? Do y'all see how disrespectful and gutter he being to me by putting that mute on? Do y'all see how low down and dirty he being by silencing me?
Now
when you know that I am capable of being gagged.
And let me tell you, Conscious,
I love to be gagged.
I've seen you've been getting your life lately. Congrats to your relationship. You seem like you and your boo been hanging.
Thank you. He's one of my
see there. Yes, so I do be watching.
Yeah, that's the problem. We got that much clear is the watching and the burn.
But you get my clicks
going on. We very clear about that. And why it took you to see me for you to say congratulations. You ain't post congratulations under the picture.
No, you know we all have things. Listen, hell, I'm trying to have me a boo. I'm trying to get my stuff together. I watch from a distance. You know, if you jump in chat, sometimes you could take the conversation to a different direction.
That's okay to do.
But you know, everybody don't see it. I don't see it like, I mean, you know, you could jump in my chat, but some content creators, if they're talking about something, sometimes I want to just be an observer and not. I want to learn and see what they're talking about if I'm not real, you know, this topic is something I'm not really knowing too much about. I want to be able to observe and not have to be, you know, hey, Rebel, what's going on? What's, you know, all that extra, it takes away from the content.
I just want to ask anybody else in the chat, do y'all hear violins or is it just me?
Oh, God, you're so extra.
Just me. Just trying to.
Hey, might I add, Nate, that gold, that frosted beard of yours makes my snooch quiver. But I see you as a big brother.
Get your rag ready.
I know.
Oh, Jesus.
I ordered my skeet rag.
Oh, well, thank you. New orders are going out, guys. New orders. We have a new batch coming out. I just got to go walk on the cut and get some from the hookers. But I let them sew the rags. I don't have me a Vivian Jennings over here because my moderator said they don't have a damn thing to do with that.
No, Conscious. I'd have to disagree with you on that. I'd push back on that wholeheartedly. There's been plenty of times that I've had this show and dropped the link and you have not clicked it.
And I have.
So no, you haven't. And the only reason why
I've clicked on a few shows that maybe you can bear witness to because he's also been present.
I wasn't finished. Thank you. So there've been plenty of times where I dropped the link and you haven't clicked it. The real reason though you only clicked it today happened to be because we mentioned you.
No, that's not true. Because I've clicked it plenty of other times when the show was completely irrelevant to me. Mm-hmm. So you have no basis to say. You can. I understand that it's easy to assume that today because you said my name.
Oh no, it's not.
You know that I will come up here whether my name is said or not.
We conjured them up.
It's not evident.
Okay, like Candyman, baby.
Halloween, it's about that time. I get it, but it is not. No. There's been plenty of times where it's been, and it's just been either me or sometimes me and Nate, and it's fine, perfectly fine. And you know, I appreciate it wholeheartedly, but it just seemed as if we mentioned your name, and then it was like, hey, I'm here.
I understand, but I've been here. I'm no stranger to the cap.
And I'm not saying I'm not saying you. Nobody said you were, sir. Okay.
And even though Nonsense said I hear a tiny violin, even Mrs. Tanari said, not Mrs. Tanari, but somebody else said that they hear a small flute. Shelly said they hear a small flute, maybe from Rebel, you know.
No, it's more like drums, honey.
You know, maybe just some Groupon excuses.
Groupon.
Maybe some DoorDash excuses. So what are we going? So what are we going? So what are we going to do differently so we can keep the team camaraderie alive?
The team camaraderie ain't go nowhere.
Hello. Okay.
Because if people were paying attention, I always drop down in everybody's chat, other than set people.
Oh.
So I make myself.
Oh, you ain't talking to me because I dropped my links.
I'm not talking to either one of you.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was for you, Rebel. I'm sorry.
If you know,
absolutely not.
Down the Rebels too. So it's just for those. If you watching me, you already know. But I don't go. I don't need to say it.
How you feel about a reunion, Rebel?
I'm not feeling it.
Why?
Because I generally don't like everybody that was on the panel.
Oh, well, not a reunion that includes everybody from the panel. Let me be clear.
Oh, okay. Because, you know, the real thing is, listen, listen, I'm just keeping it real. There's certain people that I just don't ever want to interact with. So, you know.
So nobody.
Everybody stay in their lane and we good.
Now that you said it, you know what's gonna happen, right? Since you brought it up, you know what's gonna happen.
A reunion.
Huh?
A reunion.
So no, somebody's gonna do it, and they're not gonna just us three won't be there, but there'll be the other one.
Gladly.
Oh, okay. When I listen, I commend whoever does whatever they do. More kudos to you.
Congratulations.
Watch it. You'll see it in a few. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Boom. Watch you get it.
Well, hell, they already doing carpool conversations, so okay. But yeah. But listen, I think you guys can have we can have conversations about anything still. It doesn't, just like, topics of us being all part of our LGBTQ, BLT and lettuce and tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah.
All of us, what Leanne say?
She won't be watching.
See, that's what I have to deal with, y'all. See, the skeet rags weren't going out because of that type of attitude right there. But I think we can have, you know what? Because the sector, y'all, let me tell you what I give kudos to
that
you.
Word.
Cap.
I can't stand that word.
What? Because Cap has been trying to, he's been trying to argue that that the neighborhood is not a official neighborhood, and it is. Even you have just referred to the neighborhood, that sector.
The sector part is that what I have an issue with, not it.
But what I've noticed, the thing is, we can't stop limiting ourselves. And I think that when you just get into this Chitlin circuit mindset, you're not gonna grow, because you have to let other people come into this part of YouTube that we're in. You can't keep people, you can't just be so shut off that you're not going to grow. We're going to become stagnant over here. And when you don't do a lot of fighting with people, you're not going to get the same numbers. But sometimes you just don't need those same numbers. And you could do other things, and people will watch you and they can come and get something from your the conversations that we can have. It's not always about fighting with people, because I don't dwell at a place like that in my everyday life.
That's all I'm saying, because it brings so much, it's negative, and constantly all that negativity is like, God damn, like
it's draining. It's draining.
Slit your wrist sometimes when y'all be going at it so much. You be like, do you have happiness somewhere? Can you find it? Do you know what it looks like? That's
my accents check at the end of it all.
Look, baby, but the thing is, if I'm getting drained, I want it to be in another.
Right. If you're going to drain me the right way.
Baby, drain me dry. But the thing is, I don't want to always, people think it's exciting. When you embrace that, it's like, how miserable you must be that you always have to fight all the time with people, all the time. Mm-hmm. And some of the conversations, we could talk about things going on in our community. We could talk about relationships, anything, celebrities. But it's just this whole thing of you're not getting numbers because people are not watching and this and that. You know what, Cap? I could come over
trash.
Here, but you can come and it could be 9 people. It could be 5 people watching me. I don't care if it's 5 or 500. Right. I don't. YouTube, I think the different content creators, when we look at it as there's 2 different types of content creators. There are those that are looking at the monetary gain, and then there are those of us that looked at it as a hobby. When you look at it as a hobby, you're not going to have to try to do a lot of different things to keep those people coming, because if you fight all the time, they're going to expect you to do that all the time.
Right.
When you stop doing it, you'll notice that you won't get 500 people watching. You'll have 100 people. And I'm willing to be that person, because I just think that as of late, things I've been seeing, it's just left a bad taste in my mouth. On YouTube, it's just very. I see people doing things that can be deemed as being desperate, for views, and just. It's very off-putting.
But it's always been off-putting. I don't think it has become off-putting. I mean, off-putting is kind of the name.
Or as of late, though, as of late, Conscious, I think when you embrace it being a beef sector,
smart show.
When you embrace that, a lot of times it's like, well, I can be an a-hole because this is the beef sector. So this is what we do over here. But no, I'm not that person. No, that's not what I do. If you're doing that, there are certain types of gay people that are always on one. And they're always, you go to the club and you can meet those people that they have a big entourage around them because they're always filled with drama. It's like, let's go over here to so-and-so's house and baby, they had a fight last night. I'm not doing all that. What the heck? No. I don't even like people being around me sometimes. Sometimes I like to be secluded away from people. And YouTube takes that away. And that's one part of YouTube I don't like, because people feel that they own a part of you and they feel like you're obligated to let them have glimpses of what's going on when you don't. It's not fair to you. Right. But coming over here, even when we did the panel and everything, I think we did some good topics. We had some good shows. And regardless to what certain members think that they brought something totally different, everybody brought something to the show. Regardless if I don't even like you, everyone played a part in it, and I think, that's just it.
I don't know why I feel like when you say that little line, Rebel, when you say that little line before the line came, that you always be throwing shade at me.
See that the purpose, you know what? I think there were a lot of diva personalities, but I don't think that anybody was. We were a panel. It was everybody brought something to the panel. People liked you, Conscious. They liked Captivating. They liked others. And people would say this particular person is the greatest. They said that about each of us.
I'm curious to know, who is the person you refer to when you said certain panel members felt they brought certain things? Who is
every time? Let me say something, Conscious, because let me say this. You did do that as well.
Others have said it too.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's why it's not.
When everyone left, they started saying, "I was the person that made it. I was the person." It's like, well, damn.
I never said that though. I want to keep the context completely clear though, which is why I asked that. I brought that up because I was talking about the particular captain of the show, and in the context of the way I thought I was treated, I thought it was necessary for the audience to know that I was truly dedicated to the panel. I was one of the members who barely ever missed the show. I was on time. I was coming up with ideas. A lot of the changes we were making were my ideas, and I wanted that to be known because I wanted people to know that I was effing with the captain of the show the long way, that I was taking his project seriously, that I was dedicated from the inside out, that I didn't think of this as just a hobby, or I wasn't being playful and just could, like it was what it wasn't my attitude. So when I brought up the team meetings that started to happen, when I brought up rebranding and maybe getting the Gentlemen's Panel kind of evolved into another sector outside of where it was so that there could be a different response, etc. That wasn't to be arrogant. It was to let the people know that I came forth and I really thought this person was decent, and I actually was very grateful for the opportunity to be a part of the panel, and I took being a part of the panel very seriously. That's why I listed off those things, not to say, oh, Conscious TV came and made it, but to just illustrate my level of dedication to the project. Because if you let that person tell it, like the way that person kind of dismissed things or dismissed me, I was like, girl, I ain't one of the girls who.
But you know what?
I was not one of the girls who could have cared less. I actually took your little shit quite seriously, and I really was quite committed to your little shit. So definitely a dick in your pussy.
Oh, you know what? I handled that like I would handle a guy that I'm dating. When it's over, it's over. So I'll never go talk bad about people that I've dated simply because it's almost like you give them power. So if it didn't work out, I could see exes to this day and we could still, hey, what's going on? And we keep it moving. But it's like a clean break. And you know what? I think we had some good times on the panel. It was just like when people would leave, it's like all of a sudden it was something that it was this, it was that. It's like, well, damn. You know, it's almost like if I left the show, if I started talking bad about everything because I'm not a part of it anymore, I don't operate like that. You know, if I wasn't part of it in the future, I would never come on and talk bad about people that I was sitting down breaking bread with.
I'm going to talk bad about me if you treat me like trash and I was really freaking good to you, and for no reason at all, you decide to be an asshole. And if you want to go public and play this little fake ass church shit, I'm going to get right with you every single time and set the record completely and utterly and all the way, inarguably, undebatably straight. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and I think we all handle things in our own ways. If, you know, listen, if a person was being disrespectful,
I want to also
I'll go at them.
Everything that I said, I also said to this person behind the scenes. I just said it to everybody else. I was already clocking this person's tea. We were having phone conversations. He would call me when his shade would get back to me and try to clean it up, and I would have to drag that ass privately. So what y'all caught was the information was for y'all. So I only did and said everything that was already known to that individual because he was completely clear about how I felt about him. That's why on the last show that we did, I was able to boldly say on his episode of the Gentleman's Panel, when somebody asks, who's your least favorite? That person. And the reason why I felt so comfortably telling him to his face in front of everybody was because these are the things I was saying privately to his face. Y'all just had the luxury of hearing what was already going on behind the scenes. I was just cute to keep it politically correct because I'm diplomatic and I know how to keep a good thing going until it ain't good no more.
Well, tell us more.
Interesting.
Okay.
In the words of, in the sounds of Stump Down. I
was gonna mess with you about that, Captivating.
Every time.
I was laughing about that because I was watching Stump Down replay. And then when you came on, he said, ain't that right, Captivating? He said, now somebody gonna be talking about that. Because he was like,
I was like, did I miss it? He was like, nah.
But and that's the thing. And also as content creators, people, I just think with your subscribers, because subscribers a lot of times will be bone carriers and they pit content creators against each other. I like Rebel and I don't watch because of, he's not there or Conscious is not there. It's like, well, damn, I can go onto the blogs and see I like Janet. And there are people that like Madonna and they're fighting with each other. Well, how about I like both artists? Why do you have to have one particular one and you just don't like the other one because of what? There's enough room for all of us at the top.
Well, it's a sense of loyalty too. You don't want to be the person to be disloyal to somebody else that you.
Yeah, because all of us fell out with a certain person because of a loyalty issue. So I ain't gonna act like I don't get it. A loyalty to there's a certain place for loyalty.
Yeah, there is. Well, there's
everything is not about a coin.
Well,
everything is not about coins. It's like,
it's
damn,
not. It's not. But if you need the coin, then it is about the coin. And if you ain't trying to, if your whole thing is you think that people are trying to take your coin or change how your coin is, then yeah, you will do whatever. If that means squashing the whole thing, then you're gonna squash the whole thing.
Yeah, good.
So, you know, I
mean, but how would y'all feel? I mean, as it relates to loyalty, like, let's say somebody you cool with is supporting somebody who literally, as Cap would say, is doing the most, like crossing those lines. Do you still feel like you can support who you want to support?
No, because it's like this. If I'm friends with you and someone else is disrespecting you, I can't be friends with that person if they're just outright going at you. Sometimes it's mutual combat and people are going at each other. But I can't like you, Conscious, today. For instance, you and Cap fall out. I like you today, but because I'm cooler with Cap, I don't like you tomorrow because y'all falling out. Well, maybe Cap did something and I'm not aware that he did it. So I'm not going to just stop liking you because of that. And that's what people over here do. They'll like you because of Conscious liking me. Right. But then Conscious don't like me. They don't like me all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That better be the way the loyalty is set up. When I leave, everybody gotta go.
And that's right there. That's the problem. That's problematic.
That's definitely very much the narcissist. That reeks in a lot of people, that they feel like they bring the party, they bring the people, and if they say stop watching this person, immediately, you know, you must stop. And it's like, no, people, you know.
And we're not in slavery. We don't have indentured servants. So people go where they want to go. You know, let people stop limiting where people can go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But see, I don't know, because as Cap was saying, though, Rebel, some people, Cap had laid out a nice little argument at the top of this commentary about how some folk are literally going overboard. And so some people are like, how can you, even if you're not my friend, but you are my loyal subscriber and viewer, how can you be over there if that person is so-called doing the most, and then come over here and then try to be neutral or act like it's fine, and you can go sit up under that person's content and endure them being ugly and injurious and nasty and spiteful and etc. toward me.
Because you can walk away.
Personally, I don't care.
But I'm just saying, you can walk away though. That's the thing. Like, you can walk away. Nobody's saying that you have to, because somebody's talking. And I've been in plenty of chats where I've said hello, and then I realize, they really going hard, and I just walk away. I click. I don't say nothing else. I just go about my business until they start talking about something else and be like,
or you came in at the tail end. Maybe I wasn't there when they started talking. So a person would be, well, he was over there and they were dragging Conscious TV. Well, honey, I have a job and I do other things. I didn't sit here your whole 3-hour video, and I didn't watch the whole 2 hours before I came on. So if I come on the tail end, it may be a topic that I can relate to. I wasn't there when they were dragging you in the beginning of the conversation. So I think that, and even when we're looking at the chat, a person can laugh, and content creators may be like, that person was laughing at me.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, don't you laugh at me? You was laughing at me and so and so chat. If you don't go sit your fucking ass down somewhere,
self-absorbed. Yeah, right. It's like, baby, you're not a deity that's being
look
worshipped.
At you. Your whole life is a laughter. Like, know it, embrace it, laugh, lighten up. It may help you lighten up, literally.
And I can look at people. If a person is dragging someone I'm cool with, you'll never see me adding or laughing or putting smiley emojis. I'm not doing all that. I don't operate like that.
Because let me ask you this question. Let me ask y'all this question. How do y'all feel, even if you're not participating, even if you don't leave no emojis, what goes through your mind when you're sitting under it and observing it anyway? Like, what if you like and love somebody else and you're watching somebody who completely despises that person and they are literally doing whatever they do as it relates to that person. What do y'all tell yourselves? Like, what do y'all like? How do y'all experience the commentary?
I leave.
I don't tell myself nothing. I leave. If it's too much for me, I leave. Other than that, it don't have nothing to do with me. Like if it really don't have nothing to do with me, I know how to excuse myself. Even if I'm there, I know how to excuse myself. Like this doesn't have anything to do with me. And then if they start talking about stuff that matter or something that, okay, now we switched off to a different subject, I may pop in and you know engage in that. But other than that, I mean, you gotta know how to.
I Timothy Blaine is subscribed to me. I like him in his own right. But when that commentary is about Rebel, I do not click on that ish. I do not go look at it. When it's about his book, if it's about whatever else, but it's
right.
I'm the same way.
I don't know how to.
But that is your choice, right? But that is your choice, and I get that, and that is your choice, and that's cool, and there's nothing wrong with that. And even if you popped on and you didn't know that he was, say, quote unquote, talking about Rebel, and you popped on and you're sitting there for a minute because he was talking about something else, and then all of a sudden he starts talking about Rebel. It's okay to be like, okay, oops, I'ma just leave, you know what I'm saying, and just roll out. Like people get all caught up in this. Oh, I better not see you in here. I better not see you in here. That means you're disloyal. How?
I think it is weird when people say that they fuck with you, but then they can literally go endure like somebody slandering the fuck out of you or somebody like bashing the hell out of you and then claim that they like
but how
you,
do they
love
endure
you,
it? But how do they endure it,
whatever. I think that is kind of weird.
But how do they endure it?
Because a lot of people will say, like to Rebel's point, a lot of people feel like I'm in the clouds. So like I'm gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna participate it. I ain't gonna share it. I ain't gonna be in the stream. I'm still gonna listen. For me, I'm not even gonna listen. For me, now I have had my fair share of beefs I hit on the street. I've never told my subscribers where they can and can't. Personally, I don't care where people go. It is what it is. But for me personally, if I fuck with somebody, I'm not enduring no ratchet ass commentary about them.
Right. No, I get that. But at the same time, you do know realistically people's conversation fluctuate and change. So
I ain't talking about in those instances. I'm talking about literally when you see the title is about
when you see the title is about
person.
When you see the title is about Dragon Set person, then that's
and you know that it's about this person that you claim you love, the person you claim you like, and the person you claim you cool with, and then you can go and do with somebody like ripping them a new one.
Yeah, no, that part I get.
I can get that because that's even like in Alpha YouTube. I will be pissed off if a friend of mine sat with someone and they were bad mouthing me and just making up stuff. And my friend sat there and didn't say anything. If this is a friend that I roll with, you know who I am as a person. Why would you sit back and just sit as a silent observer in that person's presence and don't say anything? If we're supposed to be boys and not just an associate, okay, I get that. But if you are my friend, if we have broken bread, it's different. YouTube is people fall out all the time. People can call each other aunties, uncles, meemaws, all that shit.
Y'all make up. I'm back listening to the commentary.
But it's like people are expected to be yo-yo.
See, that's the thing. That's just it.
But if I claim I got loyalty to people that I like, I mean, I'm choosing because of loyalty's sake to be a yo-yo, and I'm fine with that because that's what loyalty is. I'm not going to participate in anything that don't paint you in the light that I think you deserve and need to be painted in. So that's commentary that I don't need in my life. That's a video I can do without. That's an audio I can do without. That's a conversation I can do without enduring. I'm not the one getting paid to listen to you be bashed to begin with. So what's really my intention in listening? Even if I'm a silent watcher, even if I'm a bush baby, even if I'm a cloud angel, what is it going to cost me to not endure that about you? Nothing. So why not just move along?
And some people become obsessed. If you become obsessed and only thing you do is talk about one person all the time, that's your whole commentary. I can't do that. It's like I know today is going to be about this person. Tomorrow to be the next week is going to be. Is there anything else that you could talk about besides this person? Because you're becoming like an obsessed ex.
No, because it's be where the money reside for a lot of folks.
Oh Lord, here we go.
It be where the money reside, baby. It's the name page around here. So it's names that pay folk around here. It's names that get Google AdSense popping.
I can like you, but if you say anything in a sexual manner regarding people underage, I can't roll with that at all. I can't do that. You know, I just don't. Anytime someone is going, and you know, people talk about each other's children all the time on YouTube, but if it starts becoming on a sexual nature, I'm like, I'm good. Nope, I can't do it.
Too much.
Can't do it.
So
if
what
you have children, support people that have children that support that type of rhetoric. I just like, to me, that's a whole different type of a horse there. You know, no.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all feel like people in beef can play the victim if somebody chooses to bring a gun to a knife fight, metaphorically speaking, not a literal gun, but if somebody decides, if you beefing and somebody decides to press the gas a little bit harder than you pressing the gas, do y'all think people get to play victim?
No, because if you came there, if your hand game wasn't on point and you came to fight me, you get your ass whooped. It's just you get your ass whooped. That's how I roll in real everyday life. Don't start anything because my bite may be a little bit. Well, these jaws are good anyway, but thing is, but don't come starting something, and then if the person hand you your ass, if they hand your ass to you, you came in as a mutual combatant.
Right.
If you talk about someone's child and they say some bad things about your, you know what? I don't have any. Listen, I'm not in that. Y'all were both saying something about each other's kids. If they were just more nastier than you were, I'm not in that.
Right.
But what about, to Cap's point, that there should be a limit. There should be
there should be some sort of moral standard. But again, that deals with personal self. So I mean, in that aspect, I get it. Everybody's not going to have that. So that part I get. I just, in my frame of thinking, I just wish sometimes that we did have that. So that way it'd be like, okay, cool, you go back and forth, but we're not going to the point where children are being included, grandmothers, and dead people, and people, it's like, what are we doing?
I just don't roll like that. I don't talk about, if a person lost a loved one, I can curse you out all day. You and I, let's go toe to toe. But as far as, I'm not going to talk about deceased loved ones or your children. That's just me. I agree with you, Cap. My moral compass is not built like that.
That's just like back in the day when somebody was like, oh, I'll see you at 3:00. All right, cool. You knew at 3:00 we were going to fight. Not at 3:00 you were going to bring a knife and all this other extra shit. And then it's like, whoa, okay, we're dealing with a whole different type of situation that I just thought, we were just going to throw hands and be done with it. So that's the kind of thing.
Fatal assumption.
Right. But that's the kind of thing. It's like, yo, if we're just going to roast, and just roast and gag and do whatever. But to take it to the point where you're passing just the roasting to getting into people's personal, private things that are their personal and private business, for what at that point?
I mean, you know what? Even like, I remember it was a kid that was trying to bully me when I was a child. He was older than me and he was a neighbor. And he was bullying me. Dinosaur. And my aunt, what'd you say? My aunt saw me one day sitting on the porch and I had tears in my eyes, and she was like, what's wrong with you? What I was like, so-and-so, he hit me. And she was like, he did what? And I said, he hit me. And she said, you pick up something. Next time he come F with you pick up something and you knock the F out of him. I said, but I'm going to get in trouble. And she said, no, he shouldn't have been putting his hands on you. So I politely went and got a pipe from on side of the house and watched in my window. I caught his ass outside on side of the house and I wore him out with that pipe. Ever since then, and when after I got through with him, and I said, and keep in mind, y'all, I was like 9 years old. I said, and don't F with me again. And I left. Baby, that boy, I could tell him to go to the candy store to get me. He would always do. And ironically, we messed around years later. But he
was thinking about that pipe you was slinging. That's what it was.
Oh, see, that's it right there. That old pipe, that lank, since everybody dropping lanks. But I think that I learned then that, you know, it's not going to always be a fair fight. And I had to even the odds. You know, this was that pipe was an equalizer because, baby, you were bigger than me, older than me. So I had to show him I could be more vicious than you.
I get it.
And I think that turned him on as well because he couldn't. He was like a dog trying to find a bone every time. He was hunting me down all times of the night.
Father God.
It kind of got hard to sneak him in because grandma, she wouldn't drink that much. She started slacking off on drinking. So she would be a little alert. But yeah,
she smelt it. She smelt it in the air.
No, baby, she didn't smell. No. Ain't no Duchess over here. But but I think that people sometimes are very gutter on here, and they'll say things that they feel that's gonna affect you. So if you tell them, they're overweight or something, they may talk about your deceased loved one because they feel that's gonna affect you more, but we could talk about each other, but people, you fight how you fight, however different people just view it differently.
Right.
I think that's how you can see who's truly a dragger and a reader and a roaster, because people who really got it know that their weapon is that their mouth is their best asset, and they can stick to the verbal sparring. The people who ain't built like that, they can only combat you with doxing. They can only combat you with literally being unclever and just trying to go for what they think is a below the belt situation, because they know that they can't fuck with you on that verbal tip. So they got to do what they got to do.
But
I take it as a compliment when somebody can't get in the ring
definitely,
with you,
definitely.
so they have to resort
definitely
to boxing,
or they use you as collateral damage for something that ain't had nothing to do with you. Yeah, of course.
Right, exactly.
No.
But a lot of times, even I think people get on YouTube and they get drunk with the attention that they get. They become intoxicated, and it's like, I guess it's a form of a celebrity status to a certain extent, but some people don't want, everyone. It's not about, you still have to remember, you're no better than anyone else. I don't feel, it's a lot of things I could brag about what I have, but I don't feel I should, because it doesn't define me. That doesn't define where I live or what I drive or what type of job I have. It was people trying to speculate on those things that made me have to check them sometimes. But then you don't owe anyone an at the end of the day, F them. Think what you want to think.
But they're gonna do that anyway. Like, they're gonna think what they want to think anyway.
Right.
Even if you prove that you drive a Lexus, they're gonna say that you're renting it.
Right.
So it's
right.
Just like, it's always going to become a narrative. It's even no way to even prove anything.
And then it's like, what do you think? Because the one narrative they were saying was, he tried to make people think he's a doctor, and I was like, what? Who the hell did you hear me prescribing?
We all
someone
know that you are a doctor, a head doctor.
Well, look, I learned from you. Look, honey, I had to learn from somewhere, mama.
Baby.
But I think that it's almost, they try to like bring you, it's like, let me knock him down to make him, because he thinks he's too much. he thinks he's too much because.
But again, that's your perception of what you may think that about me. But I may not think that. Like I may just think I'm just like, for me, if I feel some type of way about something, I speak on it. That's just it. It has nothing to do with you or your whoever you are or whoever you think you are to whomever you think you are to them. It has everything to do with, okay, I saw it, I didn't like it, or I had something to say about it and I said it. That's it.
It's because people are really telling you what they really think about you, but they can't stand that some part of them is giving you that credit. Like, you think I'm all that because you really believe that I am. You really admire that I'm witty. You admire that I'm intelligent. You admire whatever it is, that I have this, that I have that, and you can't stand it because you personally are insecure. So now you feel inferior to all that I am in your mind. And this really isn't about you and I. This is really about just you and your own thought and your own perception and your own insecurity.
Yeah, but that's not even my problem. That's not my
issue. That's why fans and haters are synonymous to one another. They're just two sides of the same coin. The fan is okay with the fact that they admire you. The hater can't stand that they do. The hater can't stand that they like aspects of you, or that you even possess things that maybe they feel they should have and don't have as a part of their personality or their swag or their livelihood or whatever. So haters and fans are literally just the same coin. They're part of the same coin.
Good point. Well said.
That's why they got to keep watching. They got to keep clicking. They got to keep viewing. They got to keep, for them to be haters and can't stand you, they sure keep up quite a lot.
And you know what? Even when I watch other YouTubers, just, you know, in whole different areas of YouTube, I see a lot of things that I want to do for my platform. You know, people going out doing things in the world. It's not just someone. It's so easy to sit up and point out things about someone else to, you know, it's just the fighting and reading someone is easy. It's like, is there nothing else that your platform can bring? Can you not? Is there anything you could do besides just beef with people?
No, there's not.
You know, and it's like that right there is sad.
Well, I think personally, it's all about what brings in the money, and the sad part
or the attention, because people
right,
are just
yeah, that part too. But the sad part is, if you really pay attention, if you notice that when the checks have been divvied out and it's time to re-up on that viewership to make sure the next check is popping, all the beef, all the this one said that, this and that, blah 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 blah, all that comes out the woodwork. You like, damn. And that lasts for a little while until the quota is met and everybody's satisfied and the bellies are full, literally and figuratively. And then it's calm for a little bit.
Those numbers up.
Yeah, right, you know the holidays coming.
Right.
Baby, but you know, on and pop into 2022. Y'all get ready, honey.
Yeah, get ready.
I don't even know.
Christmas coming, New Year's coming, baby. Bills got to be paid. Presents got to be brought, honey. Buckle in.
But you know, I think that even like being monetized, I don't sit back and wait on Google to pay me like that. It's like, okay, I got paid. Oh, okay. You know, it's like, I don't.
Yeah, I'm about to leave.
I don't be actively, you know, just trying to get numbers like that, because I could do some crazy mess and get numbers. But it's like that becomes, you know, I could do parodies on certain people all the time and get, hell, I got 200,000 or 300,000 views out of all my videos. So, but okay, you know, it's something more that I want to bring to the sector instead of just that.
Well, you can start bringing me over a lot more often. How about that? We can start
Lord,
there.
Here we go. You know what?
You can start there.
Yeah, okay.
Conscious, when are you doing another topic? What topic are you gonna
I'm tired, Rebel. I bust my ass this week on social media. I'm over it.
Should.
I'm
wide open.
I was literally on live for 12 hours.
Dr. Yana busted down.
So I it comes and goes. Like I only do what I'm inspired to. So I never know when I'm going to go live. It's just, I don't know. I'll text you though. Like if something happens, I'll just let you know and let you make your own decision.
You know what? I had talked to a couple of days ago, a trans woman that I Been
Oh,
knowing
Oh,
for
here you
years.
go with this shit.
Oh, bite me.
Jesus Christ.
But so the trans woman, y'all, let me tell you, because
Mhm.
people have this idea of what gay people are. This person threw me off because this particular trans woman actively has relationships with studs. She has children. She has 2 children from a stud lesbian.
Oh, okay.
So
So she still has her equipment.
yes,
Okay.
and
Sounds like Flame
she,
Monroe.
Oh,
yeah, very much so, very. So the person when we first met, she flirted a little, and I said, "Well, I'm not interested in trans women. We could be good Judies. That's about it.
good
Now if
Judy
it's the old
shaking the
silver
booties.
fox like Nate, see, it's guys like that are bears and cougars that I usually am interested in."
oh,
Possums.
okay.
You say possums?
I'm sorry, brother Nate. I'm so sorry.
I think you should let her hit, Rebel. They say don't knock
No,
it until
absolutely.
you ride it.
Mm.
He probably say he don't want no titties on his back, right?
Right, I was about to say, you don't want no chest on your
sir.
back?
No, sir. But let me tell you,
You might like the nipples. You might like the nipple sensation right on your back.
But this person, she's very successful. She owns her own
I've heard they got some
mortuary.
long
She's a
horse meat.
mortician.
Oh.
Yeah, and let me tell you, when she has a lot of
Killing them
exotic
dead.
animals. She's very eclectic. I'm like, you have what? A kinkajou? What the hell? Yeah. So I want to have her on, but I think that with the trans women, a lot of them don't want to come on and talk to you because it's like, no, I don't want people to just, look at me or just, they're very, they're skittish. They're skittish, they don't, and it's not a lot of trans women.
Honey, if you need some trans women over there, just hit me up. I'll send you a few who ain't got no problem.
Oh, okay.
Swanging and banging.
Swanging and banging.
Swanging and banging, baby, because they be all up and through my platform.
I was gonna say they hang heavy over there.
Everybody having the straight dudes over there.
I don't give a goddamn. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Like, okay.
They be ready to rebel. So,
I wanted to ask y'all something because I had this conversation. This is a different topic. I wanted to, as guys, all of us being in this under this one umbrella. What?
They just laughing at my face. Go ahead.
Do y'all think that we've talked about dating? Me and my friends been talking about dating and meeting guys and going into the holidays. Do you feel, if you're single at this time, that you feel like a little lonely, or
no?
What did you say, Nate?
Nothing.
Nate's not. Nate got nothing to say about that.
Oh, okay.
I can't participate.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I think that me and Cap were the only ones, because Conscious, you booed up right now.
Okay.
But
you said mean you don't have an opinion.
Okay. Can you say something? Will he beat you if you say something?
Ooh, no, will he beat you?
Will he beat you? Can you speak? Can you add some type of you have anything to add to it?
Let me ask
Anime, can you speak? Blink once for yes and twice for no.
My boot up is unconventional, Rebel.
Okay.
I have multiple booties, okay?
Okay. Like sister wives.
Yes. And
polyamorous. You're polyamorous, right?
I'm polygamous. I think that there's a shortage of good men in the world, and now I'm just gonna start combining them together to make up one good man.
Okay, like a Build-A-Bear.
I was gonna race.
Build a good man. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Project Build a Good Man.
You know what? I've been running into guys. Listen, I can go on dates, But these Negroes, they don't be having a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. Baby, they be no car, living with someone, or I meet those that are, I'm not attracted to. Listen, call me superficial, but if you're 5'2" and 350 pounds, I'm not attracted to you like that. I don't care how good your personality is. You volunteer at the homeless shelter. You feed children in third world countries. No, I'm still not,
Okay, wait. So how unattractive can they be before it's unconsiderable? Like, do you like how?
If my dick can't get hard, I can't be with you.
Can you get hard off of okay looking? If they have a good personality, they feed kids over in Africa. They got a big peen.
Yeah.
They got
because a big peen is overrated as well, because they can have a big old peen and you got to get Dr. Frankenstein to wake it up.
Or like you do, Rebel.
You just need to find a new place to hang.
What did you say? Unconscious TV. What did you say?
Nothing, Rebel.
But I think that
so can they be okay looking and have all the other great features?
Yes.
Okay. So give me an example of like okay looking to you. Like name a celebrity that you think is okay looking.
I'm trying. Okay. I'm trying to think of a celebrity that
is Kevin Hart okay looking to you?
Yes.
Okay. So could you make it work with Kevin Hart? He's successful. He got a sense of humor.
But I have to put him in a high chair.
Put him in a high chair for what? Bitch, you ain't that tall.
You know what? I almost, baby, I'd smash your face right into my.
You're not that tall. Cut it out. There was a high chair.
You know what? Now let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I have dated a pocket gay. I could date a pocket gay, but I think
gay.
A gay that's like under 5'2".
Oh, okay. Yeah. For the pocket gay.
My pocket gay.
See, like a Patty Duke said, you have to know how to use that. See, I take another attitude about that. I think I have to know how to use it, and that's good enough.
Okay. But I think that
because you can lay there and we still gonna get to clapping.
No, you just can't lay there.
Yeah, you can sit there.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just want to lay there. Sometimes you just want to sit there.
Right. Sometimes somebody just want to lay there, and you just put that work in, and it's
I
fine.
just want to watch your work. I want to see what you could do. The stage is yours.
Saying your life away on this microphone.
Oh. Okay.
Let me be Diamond Cal.
You know what? I think that it's kind of, though, a lot of these guys now are so high all the time, or they're just.
That's not the problem, Rebel. The problem is
that's a problem with me, because I meet you.
Problem is
you need to stop hanging at the shelter.
You are getting a crash course, Rebel.
What'd you say, Nate?
Stop hanging out at the shelter.
That you getting these men from the shelter, boo?
You get the let out. You be at the shelter let out.
Homosexuals.
When you be riding into work, all the ones you see on the strip.
Oh Lord,
Hey.
Yeah, that don't work.
You just chalk the deuces and keep it moving, baby.
That don't work.
The problem with you, Rebel, is that you are getting just like me, honey. That's why I gotta build niggas now. You've gotten to the point that you are a successful black woman, so you're about to be single as hell. Okay? You are a powerful, single black woman. So your dating ops are going to look nuts. So you might end up with a masculine woman.
No.
See, you got too much square footage. You make too much money. You don't need a nigga for nothing. So this narrows your dating opportunity. You've climbed a little bit too high, just like me in the atmosphere. Now you got to start stitching these dudes together.
But you know what? I don't conscious, but I don't want to have to try to. I don't want to. I don't need to try to make you become something. I want you to have. I could meet a guy that is working at a low paying job that has direction. I'm not looking at, I see doctors that are in relationships that are miserable with each other. I don't want someone, I just want you to be able to bring something to the table. You know, and I've always dated guys that had, pretty, decent jobs, but I'm talking about these guys now, they don't have any social skills. They're morally bankrupt.
Morally bankrupt.
Yes, you meet them and listen, whatever you do your edibles, whatever the hell you do, good, more power to you. But if you're so high all the time that I just don't know who I'm talking to at that moment, I can't deal with that. And it's like, a lot of people are like that.
Trust me, Rebel. You actually don't want these men to talk. Trust me. You ain't missing out on nothing by them not talking. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah, but listen, that's for a temporary distraction. If it's just a roll in the hay, okay. But if I want something more substantial, hell, I could get sex at the drop of a hat. I could call someone now that would be here in 10 minutes. But I want more than that.
Exactly. A relationship ain't nothing but a long.
This is what we were saying the whole time. Change your circle. Just change it a little bit.
No, the thing is, he would have to change his occupation and be the supervisor at Mickey D's to have a successful love life.
No, just change your circle.
I'm gonna tell you why changing the circle ain't gonna work, because see, Rebel talking about he needs somebody who can bring something to the table. The problem with being a high value as bottom is that when you are a high valued black woman, or you a high valued power bottom in Rebel's case, okay, you are the damn table. So all a man can be is a plate on it.
You know what? And that's the problem. If the man knows that all he can do is bring the plate, then you need to find a new man, because you should be looking for somebody who is going to help you build that table or come with their own damn
That's
table.
my point. That's the point.
So,
but you know what? Conscious, before you like to have people that are projects.
No, I am I accepted that there are only plates available to me, and so now I'm just going to get creative with what's on those plates and decorate them accordingly, even if it means having more than one plate at a time.
But you can build I think that I want someone that I could build something with, and just have some type of be someone that has a drive. I've met people that made a lot of money.
They might just want to drive their asses down on your living room couch and drive their peen into your pussy every night, and that's all.
Oh my God! Okay, so on that note, thank God, it's been great.
That right there.
We need a nightcap. We need a nightcap for this conversation. Okay, we need to bring this back.
That. Yeah, we can say that for the nightcap. Thank you all for another amazing show. Thank you.
Another show I contributed to that ended up being
here we go.
More amazing.
Here we go. There you have it.
Bye.
You still talking? Thank you once again, everybody, for another episode of Politics and Wellness. Thank you, Rebel. You have any last words?
This was Politics and Wellness.
It was. Well, this was a lot of the wellness part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't know where y'all was going with that, but
ain't no y'all. It was.
It works. It was. He started it, but it was. But anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for popping on. You have anything you want to add, Rebel? Please make sure, before I get you started, please make sure that if you have not subscribed yourself to Rebel or Conscious, that you do that. Those brothers are quite talented and enjoyable. And of course, you can always catch Rebel's carpool conversations. What you at? Episode 332.
It's 300 something. I have to go look. I got to go edit the videos because I got like 301 talked about 3 or 4 times already.
Right.
But,
yes,
but thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I like coming over, and it's this little. I think this is what's missing over here in the sector. Just having frank conversations with other people that you can bounce off, your experiences with others.
Right. That part is very true. And that's, that's really what it's about. All right. Thanks. All right, Brother Nate, as always, been a pleasure. Yep. They got me past my time. I'm already feeling some type of way.
I only have one thing to say. Not my fault.
This time. Yeah. Great. But anyway, everybody have a great night. Remember to
have a safe one.
Wear your mask, moisturize. What else?
Keep your head on the swivel.
Keep your head on the swivel, yes, and pay attention. And get ready for these midterms and vote, regardless of who you vote for. All that matters that you vote. Get your ass out there and be the voice. All right, peace.